Get the hell up out of America, taking your goodies back and just fly on.
Yeah, fly little birdies.
Fly on back to where you came from.
This ain't for you. This shit all is sacred.
We said what we said.
It's time
For y'all to go home. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. Far, far, far away from here. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. Far, far away from here. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. Far, far away from here. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. So fly a little birdies fly. Far, far away from here. Bye-bye, little birds.
They thought we forgot, but we never forget. This one's for the roots. We built this land from dust and tears, 400 years, and we still here. They write new rules, but they don't see every freedom they got came off you and me. We planted seeds, they took the bloom. We lit the flame, they left the room. But we back now, know the skies. The spirits woke, we realize all we want is what we earn. That sweat and blood, yeah, that table turn. You can't buy culture, can't fake that fight. This is our day, this is our ride. We happy day. Say it loud, say it strong. We the heartbeat that's been there all along. Foundation of Black Americans, stand tall. We ain't begging for nothing, we built that all. Born from pain and grace, you can see the truth written in our face. We the soul, the sound, to fight the flame. Foundational Black Americans, say our name. They love our rhythm, but they dodge our blues. Use our voice when it fits their news. They take our sound, but not our scars. We the backbone, we the scars. Now the veil is gone, the mask is clear. We see the game, we know what's here. No more silence, no more lies. We lift that flag and watch it rise. Rise up, rise up. We the ones that made this nation breathe. Our flames are power, our roots are trees. We know worlds. It's rhythm and grace now, and now we're reclaiming our rightful place. Can't copy courage, can't steal pain. You can't inherit soul by changing names. Our story ain't done, it's the revival. We guard the gate, it's about survival. We FBA, say it proud, say it loud. The world dances on what we vow. Foundational Black Americans. Still we stand, still we fight, still we demand. Every block, every song, we've been right here all along. The soul of a people strong and free. Foundational Black Americans. We the first, we the root, we the fire. Still rising, still here. Foundational Black American.
We said
set the tone and they copy the cadence. Dance to our drums and deny the foundation. Wear the style but don't honor the source. Smile in the crowd and you distance and force. Say you not us but you rap like we breathe. Take the rhythm, then fuse the receipts. I ain't mad, I'm just holding the glass. Throw in the mirror, now answer it back. I ain't here to cancel nobody. Just keep it honest, keep it solid. If you eat from the table we built, don't act surprised when we guard it. Do you like that? Do you like that? When I flip your sound and I ride like that. Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Cause that's how it feel when you borrow my culture. Then act like we never mattered. Hip-hop.
Mike Larry. Now this shit here is what see it is. We're not fighting your battles. We're not carrying your fear. We're not lending our history to people who erased us while we were here. Just cause you're born here, don't make you FBA. That makes you a citizen, learn the difference today. This is lineage, not a look you can wear. Not a costume you borrow when it benefits you there. You used our culture like an access card, backstage pass, a straight facade. But now the mirror's in your face, no disguise. And you're uncomfortable looking truth in the eyes. We didn't leave our land to beg for a chance. We stayed, we fought, we took every advance. That's the separation, that's the line you cross. We paid the price, you learned the cost. You waving your flag on our soil, but fighting not to go back home. Waving your flag on our soil, building comfort on a foundation you didn't own. We waving our flag, red, black, and gold. Stood our ground, never sold. You waving your flag on our soil, but scared to build what you claim you love. Our humor, our style, the way we move, the smoothness, the sound, the things we prove. Music we birth, language we shape, innovation forged under constant escape. Warrior spirit means stay and defend, not flee your land and rewrite the end. You call it success, but don't confuse the two. East came after what we went through. You abandoned your land and called it strategy. You wave that flag loud, but won't return to build your legacy. That contradiction tells the story for you. You waving your flag on our soil, or fighting not to go back home. We waving ours where we were forged, every inch earned, every brick known. We can't be deported, and that truth changes everything. We can't be deported, and that truth changes everything. We know who we are, and now we see who you are too. Just because y'all born here doesn't make you FBA at all. It makes you an American citizen. It's biologically impossible to be us, because it's a lineage, not some damn costume you can just put on to look cool. You immigrants and immigrant Americans has used our culture as an access card, a backstage pass to our culture. Now y'all have to look in the mirror. Our sense of humor, the aesthetics, mannerisms, the style of dress, the smoothness, the creativity, our genres of music, innovativeness, our slang, our warrior spirit by staying on our homeland and fighting and not fleeing to somebody else's land to beg for a better life and shit on the very people who fought to have us there. That's who we are. And we know who the hell y'all are, waving your flag on our soil and fighting to make sure y'all don't go back.
You can't leech off our culture anymore. Beat it!
Mike Larry, man, you did it again. We really making history. Let's go.
Do you like that? Do you like that?
Flip your sound How you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Say it loud, don't walk it back. Do you like that? Do you like that? You grew up mimicking us, now y'all switch it up. Turn the carbon copy, y'all ain't black, what the fuck? It's funny y'all connecting to our culture like it's Wi-Fi. Surfing on our waves of our culture, no more agua. Killing my culture for all these years. Look how time flies, all these colonizers in disguise. Hate y'all still, hate us outside. Study doctor, vampires, it's the blood of our guilt. They copy the flavor, sip the juice. Love the results, hate the truth. Who? Do you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? Flip your sound. How you like that? Do you like that? Democratic shields, talking points, the road they fill. Fish and chips, agent on the mic, judging FBAs, but ain't you half white? Talking like you one of us, we need a proof face. The agent type with a prune face, like 50 and Jim, it's a cold game. Throwing stones cause we built our own lane. I'm joking, kinda, but I mean, smile calm, pressure intact. Y'all proud where y'all from, where they flag, beat they drum. But when it's us, tone switch fast. Same pride, but it's too much. FBA pride, lineage solid, you can't put this on, can't try it on. Built here, stayed and fought, that's the difference. That's the car. Do you like that? Do you like that? Say it clear, don't twist the facts. Do you like that? Yeah. Do you like that? Do you like that? Point made. No edit. No care.
You know, erasing history is something that you have to do when it comes to conquest, domination, and destroying a people. If people knew who they were, what they were, and what they were capable of in the past, they will understand what they have a possibility or a likelihood of doing in the future.
Foundation of Black Americans, we've always had a culture of resistance. We cultivated a culture of resistance on this land, and we've been resisting ever since we've encountered European domination.
But nothing was really popping in Europe until the transatlantic slave trade, and that's where they amassed a lot of wealth.
One thing that I think is unique about our culture as far as how we resist, how we fight back is just the environment we were put in from day one. Being only 13% of the population, the white supremacists were very meticulous about keeping that population at a certain amount.
There was never a period when we did not resist the encroachment of the white man.
They have a natural behavior of authority no matter where they go. That's why they'll step up in front of us in the line at the store. We're not important. They don't even see us.
We've never been able to excel. We've never been able to relax. We've never been able to just be, which means that existence is resistance.
It must be something in our DNA, our historical background, to when something doesn't sit right with us, especially spiritually, in our souls and in our spirit, we just say no.
We live resistance. You know, from the moment we're born, we're in resistance. And it's handed down generation to generation.
And so I think that cultural resistance is actually in our DNA, in our epigenetics, and then it blossoms out into the culture.
So there's almost nothing in America that we do, from song to dance to politics to the way we talk, the way we dress, having coded languages considered to be slang today. Everything about Black American culture is a form of resistance.
Of course, they want to always downplay our contributions to the global tapestry because they continue to act like our number one export in this country is not Black innovation.
Everyone understands that our resistance has been the cornerstone of what foundational Black Americans have always done. We are the life that breathes everything into this nation.
The further back you go, the further Black you go. It's just simple like that, brother.
Introducing the B1 Rolodex, the easiest way to search for and support FBA and B1 businesses. Hundreds of entries from the Black grassroots for the Black grassroots. Free to use, free to download, constantly updated. Trouble navigating the document? Try using the map version. Notice a business missing? Use this simple Google form to submit an FBA or B1 business. Also submit anti-Black businesses, which are now being collected in that last tab. Find resources, contact numbers, and much more using the second tab. All the info you need to start practicing group economics today. Go to blacktruthunited.com. That's blacktruthunited.com.
Are attracted to this. There are a lot of
Sorry, I thought I was unmuted. Greetings, Black family. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Frontline Black News, a special edition. It had to come live about the Carmelo Anthony verdict. They just found our brother guilty of first-degree murder, which, if you ask me, is a miscarriage of justice. And we got our other host, Lady Che. She should be joining us here shortly. And we got our brother MD out of Georgia. Shout out to MD. Salute, MD. We need you to join us later on for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, because we're going to be going over the Atlanta child murders as well. So I'm as pissed off as you, brother. I'm trying my best to keep my composure. This is ridiculous. So what are your thoughts, MD, before I play the clips?
Yeah, man, I'm just discouraged right now. Like I said, I'm pissed off. I think that defense team failed that brother, to be honest with you. I think they failed it, man. In a state like Texas, which encompasses the South, and we all know in the South, we cherish the fact that we able to stand our ground and hold steadfast to your defense. We cherish that here in the South. Right. Everybody got some kind of weapon on everybody. I thought the straw that was going to break the prosecution back was the fact that detective got on that stand and sat up there and said, when they was trying to discredit the young brother Carmelo about having the knife in the first place at the track meet, well, they said, well, according to Texas state law, despite what the policy is on the school, having a concealed knife under 5 inches long is not a crime. Right. I said, well, hell, case closed after that. It's a done deal. and yet they still found a way to convict that brother on murder. Now, we got to understand how the state of Texas works. It's more, when they say first degree murder, Texas technically don't got nothing called first degree murder. What the actual charge was murder with intent. Now, what does that mean? That means that Carmelo Anthony, when he stabbed that cracker, he intended to kill him. We know, both of us, everybody that's in the chat know that's not true. Right. In no way, shape, or form did he intend on killing that cracker, Austin Metcalf. But it is what it is. It happened. For them to charge them on that crime, not to mention manslaughter was on the table. The jury had the option to downgrade to a guilty of manslaughter, which even in that aspect, I wouldn't really say, but I can understand it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They had the option to downgrade to a manslaughter charge, and they chose not to do it. They convicted that brother on murder with the intent to kill. That's baloney, man. That's bullshit in every way, shape, or form.
I concur.
Now you know me, Jesse. You know I'm an America guy. You know, I stand on the principle of what America is. But this is the problem. It's not the fact that the system is unjust. I don't want nobody to get it twisted. I still believe in the system that we have in place. The problem is the motherfuckers that's in charge of the system. That's the problem.
Right.
I found out that, like I said, I haven't been following this case as closely as some other people. But I found out some shit that was damning. And this is why I say that defense team failed that young brother. Did you know, Jesse, that the cracker, the Austin Metcalf, Hunter Metcalf, their father has a connection with that judge that was in this case? Why was this case not dismissed, Jesse?
Because the system is designed for us to fail. This case should have easily been dismissed. This should have been at least a mistrial.
At least a mistrial. We know that defense team could have said, "Hey, look, ain't even no sense of us even talking no more. We filing a dismissal of this case on the ground of a conflict of interest, knowing that they daddy got ties with this judge. Why are we even here?"
Right.
But I'm gonna let you get into some of the clips. I got more shit to say. Like I said, man, I'm fuming right now. It's already been a bad day for me, and then this shit happened. Like, go ahead, Jess.
Okay, Lady Che is about to join us. Here she come. Yeah, you're right, uptight. Like, they dismissed all the black jurors. Like, what the hell?
Look, check it out. This was doomed to fail. Like, first of all, the way they framed it. Like, I was listening to another channel right now. I was listening to the whole thing. And black folk, we know exactly how we're gonna react to this. It's already disturbing. Look, they didn't have not one black person out of 600 motherfucking jurors. Not one black person could be on the jury. That's off top. 2, they only had his mama to fucking stand up for him, right? They only allowed one person. It was like a 3-day fucking trial, 4-day trial or whatever, and it was like in and out over. They had no understanding. All these motherfucking racists and white supremacists in these chat rooms, all they talking about is that he, I can't even say it. That I don't even want to say it out in the ethers. That he deserves this and he got blah 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 woo woo, right? In reality, all it did was activate my fucking black nationalism to like a whole new level. Every time I read a fucking ugly ass comment by some peak motherfucker, I just had to go the fuck out. Motherfucker said he loved being white. I said I love being black, bitch. Like shit like that. I was just going the fuck off because I couldn't fathom that in a state that you can, stand your ground. It don't work. It's an illusion. There's no justice for black men. There's no peace for black men. They wanted to put that young man had a job. He was part of the church. He was a good boy, took care of his family, went to school, got good grades. He was supposed to be there. Right. Like, this is some bullshit. What they said was there's 4 reasons to for this to be like this, right? They were like, no reason. The main thing was no reasonable person would take a shove and stick a motherfucker in the chest, basically. Right. That he was beyond reason. That's like there's no reasonable reason. Yeah. A shove should be met with a shove. Like I don't see all that. Like when you're warned, like look, 400 motherfucking years of Caucasoids calling us fucking the N-word with a hard R, pushing up on us, hanging us, doing the most, right? Terrorizing us, following us around, just fucking doing the worst shit ever. And you can't protect yourself as a young man against all these fucking white people. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're in an all white dominated area. This was going to be bad when he knew that he did what he did. Yes. So he said he did it. I mean, what else was he going to say? You know what I mean? That shows responsibility for it. Right. That shows taking accountability, right? You know what I mean? And the fact is he was supposed to be there. It's raining. You know, a motherfucker should. None of them two little white boys and their little friend should have been up there trying to punk him out of a bench space, and then put their hands on him, put his hands on him. Whether he grabbed him by the fucking backpack or not, or he pushed him or touched him, he still fucking touched him. He didn't have to touch him. He didn't have to maneuver he didn't have to maneuver Carmelo, right? He didn't have to. And just because, Carmelo just was on that black boy magic and that first little stick, stuck him, it was like, look, he was warned.
Right.
He was fucking warned.
Warn him, mug.
How much every time you gotta fucking warn a motherfucker? If we do that to somebody, look, I just come to this realization, family. I've known it my whole motherfucking life. This is anti-black, racist motherfucking United States. They have no love for fucking black people. They don't give a fuck about us, whether we eat, live, fucking breathe, survive, fucking make money, whether we're fucking, they want to see the worst shit happen to us. And in this case, there's white motherfuckers in these chats talking all this shit.
Yeah, we have one in our chat.
You know what I mean? I'm talking all this shit. And in reality, y'all can eat two fucking fat, pink ass motherfucking dicks. I don't give a fuck. But black people already know how we're gonna respond to this. This is horrible. This is a bad thing because not only like the way they were framing it, little Carmelo was he was beside himself in the courtroom. He couldn't contain himself. You know what I mean? So of course he's gonna cry. He's just a young man.
Right.
He's a young man.
Right.
He had his whole fucking future ahead of him. He was doing good things. He was on a good road.
Yeah.
We can't, that's a good thing to look at. But they fucking bypassed all that good shit and focused on the one fucking thing. The one thing. Him defending himself and sticking a little white boy in the motherfucking chest. You know what I mean?
A little white boy. That was a big
Big ass white boy, okay? So he was on that black boy magic, dude, that one stick. Everybody gets lucky with that one stick, man. But he did, and he admitted to it. He was fucking, Jesus Christ, dude. What are you gonna do? You're not even at your school. You're in a whole nother school by yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're by yourself.
And they invited him into the tent.
Anything could have happened.
They invited him into the tent.
They said a reasonable person wouldn't have stuck him in the chest. That's basically what it was like on 4 bases of why they chose to say he was guilty. And I was thinking, that's all wrong. You didn't follow your own laws, your own rules. What happened to standing your ground? What happened to defending yourself? Like
that's why I said it's not the system. It's the people who run the system.
Right.
The system is just fine. The system is just for all people.
Yeah, the attorney general wanted to fucking throw him under the jail in the beginning. All these reporters wanted to throw him under the jail in the beginning. And everybody who was running podcasts that wasn't on the New Black Media side wanted to put him under the jail.
April Showers in the building.
April Showers, yes. Everyone wanted to put everybody wanted to put him under the jail, and not knowing that they just. Man, that little white boy was a fucking degenerate and came from degenerate stock. But this boy, Carmelo, had his whole life. He was taking care of his family. He was working, paying bills in his own house, being a little pastor of the church, doing good things. Like a good grades, had a good little chance to have a scholarship. All that shit was thrown out the motherfucking window because white folks said, I'm white and I say so.
Yeah.
That's all this is about. I'm white and I say so. I want you to move. You didn't move. I'm gonna touch you. I'm white and I say so. I don't want this little boy to be outside any longer. I'm gonna put him in jail. I'm white. I said so. Yeah. All the juries, everything. Out of 600 motherfucking people, you couldn't find not one black person.
They kicked
not even a half breed, a mulatto, anybody.
They had 5 black jurors that kicked 3 off because they said they was.
There were 4 black people outside protesting the day they were doing jury.
Yeah, they said they kicked them off because they didn't want to. They said quote unquote bias based on the fact that in the district they was teachers or whatever.
Yeah, one brother said I can't see putting their brother in jail.
Yeah,
which is true. So I couldn't do it either.
Immediately eliminated.
Which is the reality. You know what I mean?
He didn't need to say that either. He should have kept his mouth shut. He shouldn't have never said it and just got on the jury. Why would you tell them people I'm not gonna find my brother guilty? Why would you do that? If he even said it.
You're
We
just
don't even
emotional.
because the average person that gets on jury duty and they're black, they wouldn't have said nothing like that. They would have got on there with the intentions of helping their brother. They wouldn't have never said that. Sorry for interrupting. Hello, everybody. Thanks,
Hello, Miss
Jesse, for
Jessica.
allowing me
You're
to
welcome.
be on this panel. But I have cried. I'm very upset. I'll be 63, and I'm so sick of white supremacy. I'm
Yes.
so sick of white people winning over black people. I'm so sick of seeing black people and the amount of black people that was saying this boy should go to jail just really surprised me. I was thinking, I was doing the show because I'm gonna tell you, I've been on my hands and knees praying for this boy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking now, and I'm sorry to interrupt the other person. What's your name?
That's MD20 and that's Lady Che.
Yeah. Hey, MD20 and Lady J.
Hey.
All I kept thinking was, wasn't y'all raised? Didn't your parents raise you? If somebody hit you, you hit them back?
Back. Yes.
If
Yes.
you are jumped,
You can put your hands on somebody.
if you are jumped or being bullied, you better find what you can and defend yourself.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
never heard of nobody, and this is people of all races. Nobody's saying, oh, you're supposed to go run and find an adult. No, you fight. They hit you, you hit them back.
Exactly.
And then
That's
he
what we
was being bullied. Like, when did all of this go out the window? But of course, again, why would I think these United States of America would change with this case? We would definitely think, even with the evidence, even with the white boy said, I invited him to the tent, even with them saying he was the aggressor. And they're trying to say because Carmelo took accountability. He said, I told him to leave me alone. For a split second, you got kids surrounding you, and y'all could not sympathize with that. You white supremacists, I hope they all go to hell. I hope they all burn in hell.
I agree.
That's what I'll say, sister. That's exactly what I'll say. That's exactly what I'll
They're
say.
sick, pathetic people. Do you know in that same state of Texas, they had a white kid to do the same thing to a Mexican kid?
Yep.
Or was the Mexican did it to the white, whichever way. But they were found not guilty.
Yeah. Casey Anthony. Yep.
We will never win in this country.
No,
We will
they
never win.
now, sister. That I mean, if it wasn't clear before, I'm 46. If it wasn't clear before that the United States is nothing but anti-black racists and they hate black people, and by any means,
They
they lie.
do not care about it.
People.
And I don't want nobody talking about this important thing or anything like that.
No, they
This
hate it.
is an American thing.
Yeah, it
They
is.
do not like black people. It's just all across the board. America, these United States of America, these people have shown us they do not care about black people. They showed us that when they let immigrants come over here and they gave them everything and we haven't gotten anything. You people are sick if you think these people give a damn about us. I don't care how I felt. I would have got on that jury to make sure that boy was found not guilty.
Right. But that's the thing. They didn't want us on that jury. That's why
Right. They didn't want us. So he might get a new trial because he's supposed to have a jury of his peers. And then you know that daddy got $500,000. That daddy got close to $1 million. I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably paid all of them. The judge $100,000, the prosecutor. A lot of money. Even them black kids up there lying. Ain't no way I would have let my child I wouldn't have even allowed him to testify.
Right.
I would have told them to get up there and say you don't know. But they didn't help him neither. You Negro, you did not help your brother. You sitting up there, oh, he was the aggressor. Are we serious right now? And four white people were surrounding him. The black people that testified against him, they need to burn in hell as well.
Right, I agree.
That's some race trading shit right there.
And baby coons.
That's some race trading shit right there. Like, how you gonna say all that? Like, you know, we weren't allowed to listen to the trial. We got to hear the piece of it afterwards. We got to hear it afterwards. Like right now, like I was listening to it, and the shit I was hearing, I was like, I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. No wonder, you know, motherfuckers outside calling
they're calling us apes. They got pictures of him already in the dress. I mean, yes.
They were saying all kind of racist shit. One motherfucker said that thank God for being white, happy for being white.
And this is in the building. Salute.
Blood was better. We're this, we're that. And I was like, I love being black, man. Fuck all you fucking white devils. And I hope all you burn it out.
Lady Che before you went live, I said, this is why we black nationalists.
I was like, just white motherfucking devils. I was like, y'all motherfuckers need to burn in hell twice over. All you and your motherfucking spawn. Fucking devils, man. They're just over there just elated, happier than motherfucker, talking shit, talking about the money that, you know, we put up for his defense, talking about how we were stupid and we should have did that.
They put the same amount, if not more, up from Medcap.
It's like, look, man, the little boy needed a defense.
They talking about?
He needed
it's just,
a defense.
man, we had a clap back and answer back.
Yeah. But wait a minute. This is another thing that gets me. I carry a knife.
Right.
Let me see if I can show y'all.
Right.
Let me show you my pocket knife.
I got a knife.
I'm 63 years old. Okay.
I got a fucking machete this fucking big I ride with. Like, you can't tell me shit about my motherfucking knife. Like, I have a knife on me. I can put it down to come over here.
I never leave home without something.
It's ridiculous.
I always got something.
Baby, if I was out there, I'd be trying to burn it down.
That's what
I
I'm
would
saying.
be trying to
don't react to this. I don't know why we're gonna fucking tear this motherfucker apart. This is a matter when we calm down to go do it.
You familiar with the activism that Black Alpha Network does, April Showers?
I can't.
No, at this point, you know, they prepared, so we can't ride. They're ready to kill us anyway. This is my pocket knife. I never leave home with it.
Okay.
Look, this is what I had. This is what I made.
That might look like a dagger.
But this the thing though. What the brother had was a utility. It was a tool. It was a utility knife. It had other. They said he was using part of the knife to clean his cleats.
Right. Yeah. It's a fucking Swiss Army knife. Look, it's legal. It fit underneath my fucking. It's just along my hand. It's legal, but you know, God forbid, right? But no, I'm not gonna stop carrying my motherfucking any weapon to protect myself. They're devils. These devils are villains, and they don't give a fuck about us.
Nope.
They want to kill us. Yep. They want to fucking put us in jail. They want to have us shot by the motherfucking police right outside the fucking door.
We need to remain codified. That's right.
That's true too. We do need to stay codified. But maybe it's just that time. Like, we ain't wild out in a good couple of years. So maybe it's just that time. We ain't wild out since when? George Floyd?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably the last time we fucking got crazy and they were like scared. We're all up in the
they're still paying out for that. They just have to pay out another $20 million.
Yeah, they're like 15 suits or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, maybe that's what it is, but this can't go. This can't just lay like this. You know what I mean? Like, so every week we just supposed to be stepped on, murdered, spat on, terrorized.
As the states is spent.
You know what I mean? Like by white motherfuckers.
You're literally your tax dollars is going toward this.
Right. That
that's why
every year it's hypocrisy, man.
Man, America is hypocrites. Black people, I'm gonna stop fucking with them too.
Yeah.
Because they hypocrites. They got collective outrage.
Yeah.
Any black person that was talking about boy, he should have pulled out a weapon, and he had 4 people surrounding him.
Yeah.
I can't even fuck with you no more.
Right. Yeah. You're cut off. You're ostracized. You got
You're a
to
race
go.
traitor.
You know, I don't, and I'm serious. A person I said, I don't want to talk to you ever in life.
Out the barbecue, cuz.
I told a person, I don't want to talk to you ever in life. I said that boy was surrounded by white people.
Yeah, he
And
was.
you think that he shouldn't have pulled a weapon out to stand his ground? I told him, I don't want to talk to you ever in life. And they're like, are you serious? I said, hell the fuck yes, I'm serious.
Given all the history
Honey,
that happened in Texas, given all the history that happened to black people in Texas, are you really surprised that a motherfucker would carry anything to want to protect themselves against these motherfucking
and the
white
thing about it is, all of these black people I know from my town, they were moving down there to Texas. I lived in Dallas for 2 years. Now I can tell you it was a lot of jobs. People were nice to me, but I'm a woman. I'm not a male.
That's true. I was in Texas. They were nice to me too. And I'll just say this: like, I seen too much with my eyes, and I'm quite uncomfortable and angry because there is no peace or justice for us.
People, they're glad they can carry their weapons.
Yeah.
They're glad. That's their pride. They pride on being an open carry state. They ride around with their weapons in their car, with their guns on them.
We all carry in the South. Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
it's a norm.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, look, like motherfuckers get worried when they think they're gonna lose their guns out there.
Yeah. Yeah, they take the Second Amendment very serious.
They don't take. It only applies to them. It don't apply to black
The
people.
Democrats, they are finished. This is it. Yes.
Yep.
They can hang it up because all of them should have been talking, and all of them should have said.
Where the professional black talkers at? They ain't have a word to say.
Ain't none of them. Al Johnson, Ben Crump, Roland Martin. You got Jason Whitlock talking about he need to go to jail, and I'm even disgusted with Judge Joe Brown.
Oh, he's a major coon.
Man, he done switched.
I told y'all about him a long time ago. I told y'all about Judge Joe Page. I've been told y'all about him.
You made him a duck, didn't you?
Judge Joe Page ain't worth a damn. I've been saying that. People laughed at me, told me I was wrong. And now you see. Now you see.
I think
you can get
where you people that saying no, you're supposed to fight it out.
Bring your motherfucking loving ass up here. Tell us how you really feel about it.
Right.
We dare you. I dare you. I dare you right now to bring your motherfucking
again
ass up here and tell us how you feel
I
about
told you, Jess. People misinterpreting what the law is at the end of the day. A lot of the black people that I done seen talking about it, they trying to justify him having the knife on school grounds as if it's some type of crime. I'm like, dumbass, it's not. The detective just told you that they ain't got nothing to do with that. If it was a crime, he would have been charged with it. The only crime that he was charged with was murder with the intent.
Yeah.
Now, let me take my state into account. You know, a certain footage around school grounds, it's illegal to have any weapon. So, like, let's say you get caught
with
a gun, you'll get charged with that because that's a state crime, right? Now, let's look at it on the other hand. Right. Like let's say 100 feet around school grounds, you had a weapon or whatever, they'll charge you with that. That's code, right?
Mm-hmm.
The detective said on the stand, he said, hey, look, we don't got nothing like that in the state of Texas. What you're talking about is school policy. Yeah, it's school policy to not have no weapon,
it wasn't even
but that's not no crime.
still typing in the chat, Caucasoid.
Yeah, you still typing
Hit the
in
link.
chat. Pussy, get up here and tell us all about Metcalf.
So what I'm saying is, school policy will say,
Well,
hey,
we
look,
ain't
you can't
gonna
have
pay.
any
We
weapons
ain't
on the
gonna
school
pay these
ground.
people no attention.
School policy ain't got shit to do with the law.
But
You got rid of them.
but all of them kids carry that weapon. Cause
You know,
they
you
clean their cleats with the weapon. They clean their cleats out
You got to
with
diverse.
that multi-purpose tool. They
It don't
use
matter
it to
why he
clean
had
their
it.
cleats.
The fact of the matter is there ain't no state crime saying that you can't have no weapon on school ground. That's just a fact.
What do you say? Still yelling.
So the
Dang.
people that's trying to use that as an argument, they not taking the law into account. Point blank. Period.
Greasy. Grizzly.
Yeah. You probably some
Grizzly.
coon too.
Grizzly.
Why don't you either
Babies in
come
the
up on
building.
the motherfucking panel
Salute
or
to
motherfucking
whatever.
This bitch. You know what I
Yeah, it
mean?
was a clean
And I find it ironic,
Oh,
Jesse. I
boy.
find it ironic, Jesse and Lady Che, that within 7-day time span, we got this verdict. Then we got the what's the chicken chow mein or whatever in South Carolina, shot the boy in the back and got off.
In the back.
He was running away. He was trying to get away from the situation. And you gonna
But
sit up here
see,
and have your
a
son
lot of people understand that the defense please, I was just going.
Go ahead, April.
Are we going to dress toes or are we going to dress the panel? Because trolls should just be blocked immediately. Why would you argue with them?
We're talking to the chat.
They're not going to come up here.
And look, it's all right. It's
No,
also
hey, Jesse, you know me, bro.
Yeah.
You know me. I cut it straight down.
I mean, he just needs to be
when it
blunt.
comes to
That's
the
it.
law. I want to talk to some of these white folk to see if they really know that the law that they justify about. I want to see.
Go ahead, Miss April Showers.
Go ahead. And then MD. We address the chat regardless. It's our panel. That's what we do.
Okay.
Go ahead, sister.
They're
Go ahead.
trying to block the defense lawyer now. But the evidence that they presented, okay, he was allowed to have a multi-tool weapon. It wasn't against the law. The boy was surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Metcalf, Austin Metcalf, was the aggressor. He was surrounded by four or more other people. He didn't need to testify. That was the case right there. That was to stand your ground. He told them. He verbally warned them. You can tell people.
Right.
When you tell them, if I'm in an argument with somebody and I tell you to get out of my face, I don't want to talk to you. If you say in my face, I'm fear of my life.
Right.
He did everything by the law.
Yeah, he did.
He did not need to testify. Them dirty, no good people down there, white supremacists, the whole United States of America don't care about black people, and that's what happened. It's not his lawyer's fault.
Right.
It's this country system of white supremacy. And I land my plane.
Which controls all the other areas of human activity.
He had a white lawyer. I mean, I feel like there could have been. First of all, this is a short.
Like I told you, I think the defense team did a terrible job. They did a terrible job. And did y'all also know that this was the same defense team that was they represented Amber Geiger.
Wait. What did he say? He said, what did he say?
Why isn't he black?
Yeah, everything. Right.
Why isn't he black?
Because we're just catching it, man. This is what we're.
I don't understand why you would hire the defense team of Amber Geiger. Why would you do that?
Right.
Like I said, I'm not putting no blame on the family. I'm not doing that.
I wonder because Tammy, the Miami judge that was hugging her.
Oh man, no wonder this is that bullshit right there.
I want to give you a hug.
Yeah, I don't want to put no blame on the family. That I don't want to discourage them in any type of way.
It doesn't matter who he would have had. They would have did the same thing. You got 4 points. That boy followed the law and stood his ground. It don't matter.
Go ahead, Chad. Go ahead and evacuate the
They
the
can't. It's on
motherfucking
MD's end.
MD. Come get your
They
come
came
get your
in on
chat.
MD's side.
Your
Come get my what now?
You
come
got to
get
troll in your
Grizzly,
chat.
Grizzly or whatever.
Hey, I want the white folks to come up here because again, you know me, Jesse. You know I'm by the book.
Right.
I'm by the book. I like the law. I like this system that we in. It's the people that run the system.
Your boy is wild.
Any white person that want to come up here and testify why this was a good thing, tell me from a litigation standpoint why this was good. Let's have that. I don't want to have no white supremacy. I don't do stuff like that, Jess. That ain't me. Tell me what the codes in Texas state law say that validate the fact that he was convicted today. Just do that. That's all. That's the conversation that I want to have.
Cats over there tearing up the I apologize.
That's the conversation I want to have. Then we can go blow for blow when it comes to the actual law.
Look, I feel like if you gonna talk all this hot boy shit right there, dude on the screen talking about Metcalf and all this shit, say string them up, motherfucker. You need to bring your motherfucking bitch ass up here and say how you really feel. Right. Say it with your whole fucking chest. Stand on it. The link is on there. You can do that. He's not one of our people. And
yeah, I'm saying I get that. I get that, Lady Che. But what I'm saying is, I have the ability to have a sensible discussion.
So we got Ricardo in the building. So
with the white man. So we can talk sensibly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
I want to know the rationale. That's all I'm saying.
I would like to know the rationale as well. So any of you chicken shit Nabisco trolls,
especially from white people that like I said, they hold stuff like the Second Amendment.
Stick your chest out.
You gotta come on camera.
All these things are cherished by white people. So what I want, and it's cherished by me too. I love it. I'm a Southerner. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I'm telling you is, give me the rationale that makes you break away from all the freedom-loving things that us as Americans love.
Sister Showers, I believe we lost you, but if you like, you can please come back up on the panel if you would like.
Yeah.
I think we lost you. We're over there, the cat's tearing up the place, and we try to get the white person up on the stage.
Because I'm a freedom-loving American, just like you, white man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So I want to know.
The only thing, Cockazoid, the only thing.
Should have never went to.
Yeah, I want to know what makes you break away from freedom that we all cherish. That's what I want to know. Because freedom says that if I'm threatened with physical harm in any way, shape, or form, I have a distinct right as an American to defend myself.
Right. And Sister Showers,
in any way is mean.
Sister April Showers bring up a good point. We was taught not to let nobody put their hands on us from the time we was little kids. Don't let nobody push you. Don't let nobody touch you. Don't let nobody hit you. You hit them back. That type of shit. Go find something. She's exactly right. That's what we were taught. So for us to know that and to know that we're not going to be bullied, that's ingrained in us to not be bullied by anybody else. I mean, the little boy didn't like. I want to say Carmelo's like a little boy. Like he's like, I'm 46 years old. He's only like 17, right? 18.
Yeah, he's
like a little boy. For him to stand his ground and defend himself, and that shit to go all bad for him. Yes, we knew he did it, but god damn, like what happened to defending yourself? Like that's just not when it comes to black people.
Check this out.
We're not allowed to defend ourselves. That's what they want us to do.
Check this out, though, Lady Che. Check this out. Do you know how lucky you got to be to kill somebody with a little bit of ass utility knife?
Black boy magic, man. That's what I was saying all day long. Yeah, that black boy.
You know how lucky you got to be. Like you can stab somebody 100 times with a little bit of ass Swiss Army knife, and they don't die. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Was his chest?
We're talking about less than 2 inches long.
Yeah, they got that close to him.
He got that close where he had that black boy.
What they say was, it hit an artery that was close to his heart, and he basically bled out instantly.
Yeah, he bled out.
That's a lucky shot. He didn't mean to do that shit.
And he
didn't mean to do it.
He didn't mean to do it. And it's true. I mean, goddamn, he had that look. He keeps saying Black Boy Magic because he did it one time, and that one time was the one time. You know what I mean?
Kill
Whereas any
shot.
other time, you know, you can see motherfuckers in prison just sticking motherfuckers and never get through. He had that one little magical moment, and yet, you know, it's all bad. I'm not laughing because you know he's in trouble. I'm laughing because I said Black Boy Magic. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm saying, Lady Che. The fact that remember, we got to understand what the charge is. The charge was murder with intent. That specifically means that you intended to kill somebody. We know that's a lie. We know that's a lie.
He 19. Is that what you said?
He was at the time.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying he had a little bitty ass knife, and he did not mean to kill that boy. He
he's just trying to get him back to go.
Look,
get the fuck off me.
It was a motherfucking utility knife. It was foldable. It was like a Swiss Army knife. Anybody who's ever had a Swiss Army knife, they come with all kinds of little gadgets in it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're meant for all kinds of little things, from regulating your bike to your skates to your shoes. You know what I mean? Undoing a little lock. They're meant for all kinds of things. That's why it's called a Swiss Army knife.
So that's what I'm saying. To the white folks that justifying this conviction, based on the charge, tell me what you see in the law that says this was justifiable. That's all I want to know.
There was no justification, and the way the judge laid it out with the four parameters was like totally misguided. The problem was like no reasonable person would have stuck him in the chest. A shove was supposed to be met with a shove. I'm like, bitch, where are you coming from? This is a black boy in a white area, surrounded by white people.
Yeah, it was rigged, y'all.
Like, what are you talking about?
Breeze in the building. Salute, Breeze in the building. Breeze is the reason.
And I'm gonna say this too, and you know this gonna sound kind of crazy coming from me as well, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The ironic part about this is that family, which is a good family, that family found themselves in this situation, moving away to where they felt that was a better place. They come from Louisiana. They moved. I think the dad moved for job reasons or something like that. They basically upgraded to a better middle income lifestyle, and thinking that they're getting out of a worse situation, and this end up happening to them. So what I'm saying is maybe it's not
white area.
And again, we Americans at the end of the day. We black Americans. For the sake of the argument, Jesse, I'm gonna say foundational black American. Just for the sake of the argument. But we should have the right to live wherever the fuck we want to live at.
Yeah.
Anywhere in our damn country that we built. Yeah. Now we built this country. No other group.
Exactly.
So you know, I hear some people and like right. And again, it's admirable to say, hey, look, maybe sometimes it's best for us to like just keep amongst ourselves. But what is that truly? Is that truly the aspect of how we want to live in this country? We shouldn't have to do this. When people try to tell us we got to do this and that.
You straight garbage.
Link with your pale ass.
Oh, fucking Ricky
with your
ass.
son dodging ass. Hit the link.
Your mama garbage. Your bitch is garbage. Your children are garbage. You're garbage.
Hold on. Let me see what he's saying. Like I said again, I don't want him to shy away. See, I want him to stop the trolling and actually have a conversation. I don't want to troll back and forth. I want to have a conversation with you, person, whoever you are.
Now we're violent. We're violent.
Yeah,
the most violent people on the planet say we are violent.
Allegedly, right? We didn't burn down your cities and towns. We didn't kill your people. We didn't eat your motherfucking people. We didn't put your children to the alligators. Right. We didn't cut off your parts.
Right.
You know what I mean? We didn't have picnics right there celebrating, eating you and killing you. Right. Yeah. We didn't do none of that.
That's what he wants. That's the type of back and forth that he wants.
Yeah, I know. I could help it.
That's the type of back and forth we want. I don't want to have that type of back and forth with him. Again, I want to have a sensible conversation. Is that so much to ask?
No, go ahead. I think you're reasonable in asking that. It's too bad these pussies won't get up on the panel.
Right.
It's like hoes in the chat. Get up on the panel, say it with your whole chest. We'll chill. I'll be quiet. I'll go on mute.
They're not gonna do it.
That's all I want to know. Are you willing? Are you able? to have a sensible conversation from a legal standpoint on the verdict. That's all I want to know. And I'm willing to have that conversation.
Never want to have meaningful conversations. Exactly.
You know, you like the anecdotals and everything. Like, I don't want to do that. You can keep that shit. You know, the chud, the builder language, you can have that. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Let's have reasonable dialogue.
Damn, empty.
You
You
sending
diverse
major
passport.
trolls our way.
You done sent all
Let's
the
go.
trolls over
Let's
here.
go. Come
and
on, Cockazord.
with
Bring
your
it
diverse
on.
platform.
But hit that
kid.
link first. Make sure y'all hit that link though.
Yes,
I'll talk to you through the chat, no problem. Well, okay. So he said he'll talk me through the chat, no problem. I don't understand why you can't come up here, but whatever. So the question that I need to ask you, and you can answer it through the chat, from a legal standpoint, why do you feel that this verdict was justifiable? Just tell me, plainly, in legal language. That's all I want to know, and then I'll respond.
Yeah, you right. April showers. We gotta start giving them more time. That's why the women can't have babies by them. Yep. That's why they have minus birth rate.
We should just stay far away.
Is desperation setting in.
You know, once reparations kick, when you choose to take like 25 years to
started out on
it'd be all right.
Yeah, exactly that part. Breeze, get them.
And you said you got a show with Shabaka later on, right, Jess?
Yeah. We talking about the Atlanta child murders. We definitely gotta have you on.
Definitely got you on. We was praying to the ethers you would call.
Right.
Yeah. I'm like I said, man. I ain't been following the case. I watched the last couple of days.
Yeah.
On the phone or whatever, but I ain't been following it as closely as I probably should have, because honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought this was a slam dunk, not guilty. Like, it wasn't nothing.
April
it wasn't nothing in this case to say that he wasn't gonna be found not guilty.
Beautiful day, sister.
And Breeze, you hit the link. You should be up here. Because
thank you, sister, for coming through. Your commentary was very well received.
Exactly why the birth rate is low. Yep.
As long as it'll get lower, man, the semen count is just gonna dissolve and turn into dust.
Now I'm still waiting on the guy's response. He ain't responded yet. Oh, there you go. It say the victim was stabbed by the perpetrator in the chest. Okay. If you stab someone in the chest, you intend, again, that's clearly a lie.
Right.
That's clearly a lie. He said if you stab someone in the chest, you intended to kill them. Premeditated murder doesn't require an amount of time to premeditate. I agree with the last point. I don't agree with the fact remember the knife. Remember what the testimony was about the knife. Remember what the medical examiner said about the actual chest wound.
Right.
She initially said that was a perfect stat. Like, you can't get no more perfect than that.
Yeah,
so unless you're telling me that Carmelo Anthony is a skilled assassin, unless you're telling me that, there's no way, shape, or form that you could believe that a 2-inch, actually a 1.75-inch utility knife has the ability to stab somebody unless you hit them in the perfect spot. So intention can't be required in the case.
Skin, chest plate, muscle, before the tip would barely reach my heart. Like, I mean, this is about the same size. Like, I don't think this would reach my heart. Like, if I stuck myself right now, I don't think it would reach my heart. With my chest, like the muscle in between my chest, the breastplate, the rib, all the way through, it would get stuck right there in the bone and the muscle. Like, it wouldn't reach my heart like that.
Right. So unless you're saying Carmelo Anthony was either one, a skilled assassin, or two, a surgeon. If you're saying he was one of those two things, I would agree with you. But we know he's not either of those things.
Right.
No, and reaction, and it was a reaction. Where did you think he was going to stick him? In the leg or the arm? I mean, this is a reaction. So he's protected himself. You don't necessarily know where your hands are going to go to protect yourself. Right. Some people want to put their hands up like this to block your chest from you coming in their face.
Yeah.
Think about it like that.
Also take into account, remember, they said he was pushed and he was going back when the stab happened. So that would obviously mean that the Metcalf dude was lunging toward him after the initial push. He didn't lunge at Austin Metcalf and stabbed him. He was falling back.
So he fell into the knife.
Yeah, he fell into it.
That's the only reason it touched the heart or touched near it. He fell into it, meaning somebody was pushing him.
Yep.
So if the little boy is on the bottom, Metcalf is on the top, somebody would have to push him through the stubble, right?
Killed by a semi-serrated Fulton pocket knife. No, it wasn't no damn.
There wasn't no
knife.
5. That's a lie. There wasn't shit. With no 5 inch. Now you just lying.
This is a regular.
What you think? You think he had a goddamn crocodile Dundee knife in his fucking back? Stop lying, bro.
They're lying.
Now you just lying.
Ancient half blade.
The knife was 1.75 inches in length, bro. It was a little bitty ass Swiss Army knife.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I gotta ask you, why did you lie? Why did you lie?
Right.
You sat up there, you was lying. The detective got on the stand and told you the measurement of the knife and said it wasn't illegal. Any knife 5 inches or more, it can't be concealed in the state of Texas. So that's what I mean. I can have a sensible conversation with you, but if you just flat out lie, I gotta call it out.
Right.
My Caucasian friend, I gotta do it.
I feel you.
Just lie.
They won't hit the damn link. They're doing all this trolling in the chat.
Texting warriors, guys.
Yeah. The Chud is going to meet Austin. They better beware, right?
And essentially what happened, now we got to remember this too. Essentially what happened was the twin brother got his other brother killed. The actual aggressor was Hunter. It wasn't Austin.
Yeah, it was
Hunter started this shit.
Yeah.
Hunter started it. Carmelo told him, hey, look, you touch me, see what the fuck happened. That's what he told him.
You're full of shit.
Right.
We told
And
you
Austin, because like I said, that's his brother, he initiated the shove. Then you had the other two boys. One of the boys who knew Carmelo sat up there and lied and said he didn't know him. That was a lie.
That was
a lie. Yeah, that's a special place in hell for all this.
Right.
You know? I mean, the people outside the courthouse, they was really active. They was really getting active.
Oh, we're going to get to that footage. So first one.
Black people talking to other black people, calling them out, you know, for the same type.
Yeah, Jess, I'll shut up, man. I'm going to let you play the clips or whatever.
Yeah, I saw, you know, when I was listening to the case, that's what I told Jesse. Jesse was over there doing some other work. And I was like, man, they said this, and that. They found a little boy guilty. I was like, oh, this is not good. And it's already starting to outside, you know, white people walking by, passing out wolf tickets, and black people were not having it, not even a little bit. But then I didn't like the fact that the little speech somebody gave, it sounded really like black church like, you know what I mean? And that was not the right not the right temperature, not the right message for the temperature. I think.
Right, y'all rules. The brothers was known
the
bullies.
DA and Judge Roach all knew each other. We're friendly together. And now we have that proof. Look at this photo. This is a photo of Jeff Metcalf, John Roach, the judge, and Greg Willis, who is the DA. Conflict of interest, anyone? I don't know. I am still working to verify this picture. I entered it in ChatGPT. It says it doesn't seem to be fake. If anybody out there can confirm this picture for me, I think that is also very important because we need to keep the truth at the head of all of this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Secret Service Sam out Samson for president of the world.
Now, you guys that watch me know that I always come with the smoke. Right, and I come with the facts. We go into the classroom and we break this stuff down.
See them?
Now, there's a lot of things circulating, and I can't prove it. Right. You have people that saying that they paid to see the video. They went into the school and saw the video. Well, in the courtroom, the judge, the lawyer, Mike Howard, there's no 4K video. They didn't play it. So I don't know if these people are telling the truth. I don't know if they're lying. I'm not going to come before the people and say something that I can't prove, right? I don't know who those people are, right? Whether they're black or not. So I don't know if we can trust them. right? And if they're out here lying and putting stuff on social media, they're doing more damage than good, right? Now we're seeing images of, they're saying that the DA, the judge, and Austin Metcalf's father were all friends. They were all chums or knew each other. That's a direct conflict of interest. Now, if this is a factual thing, and this is true, then this is real bad, because this case happened over a year ago, and they would have all known this already. They would have all known this. So now the defense rests, and now it's going into the jurors to start deliberating whether he's going to be guilty or not. We don't know, but there's a lot of things circling around this situation, man, and it's real bad. Now, that black guy that came and said that he saw the video, he's a registered ex-offender. So, like, this thing gets real goofy. But let's look at what the news is reporting.
We start today with breaking news from the track meet stabbing trial of Carmelo Anthony. After a 3-hour break in the middle of today's proceedings, the defense has rested its case now. Our senior crime and justice reporter, Rebecca Lopez, is coming to us from the Collin County Courthouse this afternoon, where she has been watching the trial all day. Rebecca, this phase of the trial is coming to an end, both sides resting. Did that come as a surprise to folks that the defense wrapped up so quickly?
Jason, it did come as a surprise to many of the courtroom observers, because many anticipated that the defense would go a little bit longer and that Carmelo Anthony could possibly take the stand, but we didn't hear from him. And we also didn't hear from Hunter Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's twin brother. The defense ended its case by calling 2 student athletes and a Frisco police detective before court unexpectedly broke for nearly 3 hours. One Centennial student testified he saw what appeared to be a push moments before Austin Metcalf was stabbed. Another Frisco student described track meets as highly social events where athletes often visit other teams' tents. Jurors also heard from a detective who reviewed witness interviews and phone evidence during the investigation. When court resumed, both sides rested and officially closed the evidence. That means jurors never heard from Carmelo Anthony himself. They also, again, never heard testimony from Austin Metcalf's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf. The decision not to call Anthony is significant, but legal experts note the defense is not required to prove his innocence. Under the law, the burden remains entirely on prosecutors to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Now, I want you guys to understand something here. I want you guys to understand.
I feel like they didn't prove that.
This thing, I keep telling you guys that this thing is political, man. And y'all play too much. We play way too much, right? Now, the DA, Greg Willis, he's elected by the people, right? He's a district attorney. District attorneys are partisan elected officials who must face voters in both primary and general elections to serve 4-year terms, right? Right. So now he has to be voted. Willis, he serves as the criminal district attorney in Collin County, Texas, right? He has to win votes of the public to hold and maintain office, right? That's one thing. Then you got the judge, Judge Roach, right? District Judge Roach, who was presiding over the Carmelo Anthony murder trial in County, Texas. He's a publicly elected official. Texas judges are elected by the registered voters in their specific county in partisan elections, right? Right. So now, as a judge, he runs for office on a general election ballot box, right? The voters in Collin County choose who serves on the bench, not fellow judges or attorneys, right? So this thing is crazy. So then when you ask, okay, so Greg Willis, he gets to pick the DA that's going to handle the case. Bill Werski and Dewey Mitchell, they're selected by Greg Willis, who's selected by the people. So now in that county, the majority of the people are white folks. And they're going to go immediately and say, hey, if you don't get us justice here, you won't be on the bench. Judge Roach, you'll be out of here. You're going. You got to skedaddle. Judge Willis, we just won't put you here. Because there's no way you're going to allow a black boy unalive a W boy in our county. We're not having that. So he never had a fair trial. There's no such thing as a fair trial because there's not black representation there. What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about?
I'm sorry, uptight.
They go and say you will lose your seats, you will lose your positions. We're gonna get you up out of here. And that's why they get the media to sway it. He's guilty into proven innocent. And the media, look at Fox News and all the media. This thing is political at its core. At its core. And they were even saying that Austin Metcalf's father was going around harassing people.
Looks like Jeff Metcalf had something to get off his chest, and he took it right to Carmelo's dad's Facebook to do so. So just recently, Carmelo's dad, Drew Anthony, shared a family photo, this picture right here. And in the comments, Jeff Metcalf took it upon himself to write this. He said, "You raised a unaliver. Guess you're one proud parent." Drew Anthony responds, "Self-defense is not unaliving. Stop coming to my place of employment and tell your team to stop harassing me and my family, and you know the truth. You will see in court. God bless you. Self-defense is not unaliving." Now, no one can tell no one how to grieve, especially if you have not been in this situation. So I will not do that. I am sure that Jeff is hurting bad, and he's just probably going off the rocker, which any parent probably would. But some stuff is just better to take it up in court. It's safer to take it up in court. It keeps the drama down surrounding the case. This is just crazy. And you already know that in the past, I posted this video where Jeff Metcalf popped up at the Anthony's press conference. And then Dominique Alexander had this to say.
If that was disrespectful, it just shows you all the character. Who is not invited, he knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family. But he did. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words.
And weeks after that, he also had a long Facebook rant argument with Dominique Alexander on his page. So it's clear that Jeffrey is lashing out with grief, which is understandable. But the Anthonys might need to get a restraining order on him just until the trial. If he's popping up at their place of employment and anything like that, that's kind of dangerous. I feel like Carmelo is already charged and indicted with the unaliving of Austin. There's nothing more that his parents can do. He is being held accountable for his actions, and he is allowed to have his fair day in court.
But let's go back and let's go back and look at some more of what the news was also is important, because this news media is crazy. Now, like I tell you, you got people saying that they saw a video, but is Mike Howard down with us? Is Mike Howard representing Carmelo Anthony the right way? I don't know.
Now that the judge is working with the attorneys to come up with that charge that is going to go to the jurors, and they might be given an option besides murder to consider. So for murder in Texas, the jury would have to believe that Carmelo Anthony intended to send Metcalf. And they might also be given an option of manslaughter to consider, in which case they might need to believe that his actions were reckless that led to his death. But if they come up with self-defense, then that would mean a not guilty verdict in that case. The jury is being told to pack a bag, come back tomorrow. Closing arguments are going to begin at 9 a.m. If they do not come to a verdict by the end of the day, they will be in a hotel and they will be sequestered without a TV and without even any cell phones. Caroline?
Now, did Carmelo Anthony take the stand today in his own defense?
He did not, and that is interesting. I have heard many legal experts talk about this debate of whether someone takes the stand in their own defense or not. A lot of times that can be kind of the desperate last attempt move. If you really feel like your case is not going in a good direction, you'll put your client on the stand. But a lot of times if you feel like things are going well, you won't put your client on the stand. So it'll be interesting to see. Jurors are told, though, of course, that they're not supposed to read into the fact that Carmelo Anthony did not take the stand.
All right. Well, thank you so much for that live report, Lori. We appreciate it.
Even Charleston White was talking about the character of the father and Austin Metcalf, where he was alleging that Austin Metcalf had broken the father's arm. He was suspended from school. He was on substances, at the time. He had it in the system, right? Now, we have no way of knowing if this stuff came out in court, right? But again, I showed you guys where the judge, the DA, right? Forget the picture in the beginning with them knowing each other. That's all alleged. We can't prove it yet. But the judge is elected by the people. The DA is elected by the people. The people want Carmelo in jail for life.
In DC.
That's what they want.
Long time no see, sister.
So there's no fair trial here.
I had to get the other chair.
Where's your Democrats?
Yeah. It's like 90.
They too busy being redistricted
right now. And it's 97 in the House.
Charleston White spoke on this, and he met with the father, and he said this.
That's an honorable black man and an honorable black mother who have their children in the same household, unlike the Metcalf family. Austin Metcalf and his brother had been suspended the week before. That's why they didn't know Carmelo was under the tent. It wasn't Carmelo who had been suspended. It was Hunter and the Metcalf brothers who had been suspended. Why? They left track practice, according to the coach, and went fishing. So the coach lied and said, well, I technically didn't suspend them. I just gave them. Well, they're saying that Austin was given permission to run the tent. No, he wasn't. The coach just told him, step up and be a leader. He didn't run the tent. Those are lies that's being told. So y'all follow me. So the Metcalf brothers didn't recognize who they were suspended last week. The kid who says, oh, I didn't know Carmelo, have text messages that prove that, guess what? He used to call Carmelo, hey, come pick me up, sir. Let's go play basketball together. Carmelo and this kid got multiple pictures, these 9 different pictures that were presented to the jury to prove that the state's witness lied about not knowing Carmelo. Then Carmelo's mother took a picture that blew their mind. So how can a kid with epilepsy, and by the way, he never brought a knife to school. It was a tool.
Yeah.
What kind of tool? A Boy Scouts tool. And it wasn't 6 inches. It wasn't 4 inches. It's a little small tool, compact tool. What kind of tool they call it, Mel?
A multi
A multi-tool that the Boy Scout uses.
You got screwdrivers, everything on it.
Wasn't a knife. It wasn't a knife.
Yeah, like
but since you guys can't go to the trial, you can't be in the trial. You're not talking to nobody that's reliable in the trial. Talking about. So let me just break this all the way down. A black man has a gun, he gets killed. I thought we get to have guns. A black man says, put your hands on me and watch what I do. That's a threat. Well, according to all the witness statements, in the beginning and now, that during the whole altercation, Carmelo Anthony never stood up. He never stood up. As a matter of fact, the Metcalf brother had to come 3 rows up to come confront him. Carmelo never got up. Carmelo never said, touch me and see what happens. That's what the initial report says. He never stated that. So this is what they've coached the kids up. They brought in the lies. Why? Because all the coaches went to the high school. But one thing you cannot deny initial police statements. I'll tell Sarah win again.
So I'll say, let's brace ourselves for a crash landing. We don't know how this is going to play out right now, but it don't look good because I'm looking at this from a political perspective. Those jurors, if they find Carmelo Anthony not guilty of all charges and acquit him, they got to go back home to their counties. They got to go back home to their people. They got to go back home to their families. See, when we talk this FBA stuff, and I say it's not just a lineage, it's a lifestyle, now it shows its ugly face.
Baby, my little black man.
You got black people that are so traumatized and beaten down and downtrodden that they will go along with whatever master say. And they'll come out here, you Judge Joe Brown, they'll come out here and say anything against black people because they hate young black boys. A lot of black people do. This black boy came from an intact family, a home, family doing well, was a great student. The other home was broken. But for some way, even black people, because Master told you to dislike Carmelo, you're going to dislike Carmelo. Because you look at your people through the same stereotypical lens that this W man looks at us through. You're traumatized people, man. But brace yourself for a crash landing, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.
So the fix was in. Just like
Clearly. I mean, it's been in for like since jump.
Hey, and that's why I said, man, that this defense team failed that little boy, man. Because they rest their case so early. Like I said, bro, the fact that nobody on the defense team, like even if it ain't true, even if it's not true, you ain't gonna bring up the fact, hey, look, there's been reports saying that there's family ties between
I
the
know
Metcalf
y'all.
family and the judge. Like, ain't nobody gonna say shit about that.
Right.
It's up to them to disprove it. But the defense supposed to say, hey, look, if this comes out to be true, we've motioned to dismiss this case on the grounds of conflict of interest. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
We shouldn't even be in the courtroom right now if this the case.
Somewhere.
Y'all see my little black kitten?
Let's see a little black magic, y'all.
So they get away. Look.
Let's see.
Get over here. Stop playing.
Black magic.
Although they're like a little baby. Outside just as my mothering skills is on point. She's chill right now. She don't like to be held like this, but she's chilling. She's chilling really hard. Getting bigger. Mm-hmm. As a real baby, that I'll be like this the whole time too, until I got like a good 9 pounds, and then I wouldn't hold her no more. Look, she fell asleep. I'm just patting it. you know, everybody's ever had a baby, pat their backside, all of a sudden they fall asleep. You fall asleep like a motherfucker. No magic. Go sleepies. Yeah. No, it was a setup. I feel like there was the lawyer didn't even try. And they could have fought to have it. They could have fought to have a juror of his peer, at least one. They could have fought a little bit harder, filed some motions. I mean, what is all this money for if you can't file motions and drag it out a little bit? I think he went over there, just gave in and gave up. Like that was part of the play. You know what I mean? Probably the white attorney saw it's a big name. It's gonna be all over the news. He's gonna make a little name for himself with this case. So you're not gonna put no effort into it and put the boy under the jail. Like it's pretty much how it feels like they handled it, which is really terrible because I feel like they didn't even try. And then they was mocking him because he's in the court and they they give him ew, nasty with the eyes all dusty and shit. That they gave him they told him he was guilty and he was he was beside himself, he couldn't control himself, started to get upset. He's just a young man, he's just a little boy, you know what I mean? And they were like, the mother was trying to console him, and the judge was like, no, he going back to the back. He going back to the prison. We do things different now. He's property of the court, like that, and it took him. You know what I mean? Didn't even let him have a chance to, gather himself, before he heads back to, being an adult now. Immediately. So you biting me for? You biting me for? Because I cleaned your eyeballs out.
I'm sorry, y'all. I ended up timing out 2 people I did not want to, or mean to.
She's mugging me too. She got the ugliest little looks. Like, be mad at them. Be mad if you want to. I'm elated that you're upset. I'm so happy you're mad. Be mad if you want to. Okay, I'm letting you go. Oh, villain. Yeah, I think that was really terrible. I think that they could have gave him a couple minutes to compose himself. I know that I've been to jail a lot of times, and I've had some moments where got sentenced or whatever and had to sit it down for a minute, and especially when I didn't do anything wrong or I felt justified or whatever I did, and I know that I needed a minute or two to compose myself before I went back and had to be tough. And they didn't give a fuck. They did not give a fuck to let you do that.
Hell, Satan, somebody said. If you don't get your Luciferian ass up out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They on a trolling spree.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't have jobs. I thought white people had jobs. I thought they had shit to do. They take their time out to be racist. What's he doing? What you doing, Black Magic? I'm gonna play with you. Let's see. Really need to what the attorney misrepresented. I mean, surely they got an appeal process, right? They are at least owed an appeal. I think that like the appeal got to be so strong though, to have it turned over. And I mean, the judge was showing clear, what is it, bias, right? They had their mind made up already. Yeah. I don't think it was fair. I don't think fuck fair. I don't think they even gave it a good shot. I think that first of all, that was the shortest trial ever for a high profile case. Really short trial. They should have let the young man testify for himself, at least defend himself, so we know what exactly he was facing or how he was feeling that moment when he did it or when he had to do it. You know what I mean? And we had already heard from the twin, how, like all over social media about how he felt. You know what I mean? His brother. We had already heard from him enough, but we never heard from Carmelo Anthony. We never heard from him. You know what I mean? We could have heard from him. We could have heard just a brief little summary of that day, how he felt, and what happened afterwards. You know what I mean? Okay, I got you.
So at the end of the day, what we got to understand is what constitutes reasonable force, right? In my opinion, there is no parameter when it comes to reasonable force. All we got to do is look at, and this is what I want to ask the white boy as well.
Wow.
All we got to look at is Trayvon Martin. What was the reasonable force?
Look, Grizzy.
What was the reasonable? So your argument is
speak to that with your chest. We don't really want to hear it. Like you want some old.
MD was just 86.
I don't know, but I think
and that's what I'm saying. It's total contradiction. It's a contradiction. If your argument is, well, it wasn't reasonable force, like he got shoved, in the middle of the pursuit, Carmelo stabbed him in the chest.
And Nishi.
Trayvon Martin got shot multiple times.
Right.
So what's reasonable force? Trayvon Martin didn't have shit. But some Skittles in Arizona.
Chat. You're not saying it up here. You're saying it like a punk in the chat. If you were a real person, you get up on the stage and tell us how you really feel about it and why you feel like that. But you're just being, old keyboard typist, like a woman.
So what I'm saying is, based on his logic now, what happened to Trayvon Martin was wrong. Based on his logic.
Based off his logic, exactly. We got Hurricane Nishi in the building.
Hey, Jesse and Lady K, how y'all doing?
We're good.
Good, Miss Nishi. How are you?
My heart is heavy, so Jesse, you know me. You know I'm going in.
Yeah, go in, Hurricane Nishi. Go in on him.
Family, this is
hit the link, cuz hit the link and jump on. Just like you're typing, you can hit the link. Same question. You can't call in, and no, you can't debate us. You can't argue circles around us.
Ain't nothing to debate.
Right.
There is absolutely nothing to debate. But what I want to say, and thank you, Jesse and Lady J, for allowing me to speak freely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Family, we know we got to do. Power tools at the ready. Don't give a fuck what WS America with the 3K say. You got the right to protect yourself. May they fuck themselves from here to doomsday. You step to me, I'm fucking you up. B1.
B1.
Thank you, Miss Niecy.
Thank you, Miss Niecy. I don't know, all you white little trolls, I don't know. But I know none of you are hitting the link to talk to us about anything. You're just basically saying nothing that we're interested in the chat. Basically, nothing you're saying has any grounds to stand on. It's just a bunch of bull. So until you could hit the link and actually talk to somebody, we ain't really, studying what you're saying. You're just saying a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? And then really, if that's how you feel, let's go ahead and turn around and, apply that to you and yours. You know what I mean?
Okay, Fleece Johnson.
Right.
We got Fleece Johnson in the chat.
Okay, so if you black, then you really a coon. And that's a real coon shit. You race trading fuck. Why don't you get up here and actually say it with your chest? Black people say things with their chest.
Right.
But coons and marks and race traders and I don't know what else, ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean? You one of them. You're not one of us. You one of them. And we ain't listening. So what you gonna do about that? Yeah. Yeah, if that was your child, you gonna feel the same way? When them white folk tell you they want to put you or yours under the jail and hang you and all that extra shit, you gonna feel the same way? Or you just content with it? You know, like the white man's ice is colder. You know what I mean? Oh, fucking biscuit eating ass coon, tap dancing ass
There's
fool.
always one.
There's always that one, right? You one of them. Oh, fucking mark ass bitch. Like just look. I can't stand motherfuckers like you. Y'all make the fucking race really ugly. And you ain't standing on shit. You just typing like a woman. Probably wearing a thong and shit. Probably light-skinned. Yeah, don't let the shade deflect the message.
So this grizzly guy, like he black. So I'm gonna ask you the same. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked the white dude. What do you see from a legal standpoint that justifies this conviction? That's all I want to know.
That's all
I want to know.
Let's see.
Now I saw another guy say,
you're black. You can't say that here. Your child gonna be accused of whatever, and they're gonna put your baby under the motherfucking jail. How you gonna feel then? How you gonna feel then when your black child tries to defend themselves? And it's I'm white and I say so, coon. How you gonna defend it? How you gonna feel about that when they put your kid under the motherfucking jail? Huh? You gonna feel the same way, or you gonna be kissing Master's boots?
I got another one. He's guilty.
Biscuit eating ass. Crumbs. You
like I said, what I'm asking is a simple question. I ain't asking for no emotion. I'm asking simple questions here.
Yeah.
From a legal standpoint, what justified? That's all I want to know. Then also take this to. I saw another guy comment say both him and Chud are guilty, right?
Yeah.
Here's the difference.
Yeah, we do agree.
We're talking about
segregation from Unibiscos
and coons.
Well, the circumstances is different though. We're talking about in defense of provocation and pro provocation. Carmelo Anthony didn't provoke nobody. He ain't provoked nobody. Chud the builder did.
Yeah, he did.
So in the sense of if we're looking at it from a legal standpoint, you got to look at fighting words, which is a legal term.
Mm-hmm.
If you provoke somebody to the point of violence, that violence is a burden on you, not the aggressor. So no, they're not the same. Not in no way, shape, or form are they the same.
Right.
Carmelo Anthony didn't provoke nobody.
Right. I just really want to know what they would do if they black child was defending themselves and it's on why not say so. You gonna lick Master's shoes and go along with the program? You know what I mean? Is that really what you gonna do, Grizzly? Is it you gonna eat his butter biscuit and say, go ahead and lock my child up? He was defending himself and I'm white and I say so? So undereducated. Your mama's undereducated. You probably come from low grade stock. That's why you typing like oh.
They could have hit the link like an hour ago.
Right. You could have hit the link. I'm asking a serious question though. Is that what you're gonna do, Grizzly, when your black child defending himself against white supremacy? You're gonna go ahead and lick Master's boots and go ahead and lock him up and let him swing and all that extra shit that you were saying earlier? I really want to know. My child would never. You don't know. You better stop.
That's a bunch of bullshit. You don't know what type of situation.
You don't know.
You don't know what type of situation that your child could be in any given moment. You just don't know. That's part of parenting, right? You can say all the shit you want to say to your kids. At the end of the day, real life situation is totally different. And we all grew up knowing that shit. Like, yeah, we got taught certain manner and morals and shit like that.
About? There's no such thing. We
But
live in a world.
right, we live in real world, man. Like when you're in the mud, bro, it's only so much you can do.
Exactly.
When you can throw that shit out the window.
Right.
You said my kids ain't ghetto.
So yeah, people
And
get
look,
miss me with that shit.
It ain't about being ghetto. At the end of the day, what you gonna do if your kid was faced in that situation? You're say my kids would never. No, you don't know.
Carmelo Anthony wasn't
Look,
ghetto
I had
though.
a little girl. She was 5 years old. I took her to kindergarten. Pretty little girl, right? And a little boy stabbed her in the face with a number 2 pencil, right? A little boy, kindergarten. Little Mexican boy stabbed my little girl in the face, right? And I went and did what I felt was, a reasonable black parent should do. I did what I had to do, right? And I took my little girl out of school, right? Because some little boy had stabbed her in the face with a pencil, right? A pencil in kindergarten. That little boy was going to grow up to be a murderer. I knew it. I felt it. I seen it. I seen where his stock came from.
But this is what I'm saying, lady. You allowing him to put you in a bad faith argument. Carmelo Anthony wasn't ghetto.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He came from a good stock.
By all standards, he would actually be an uppity nigga.
Yeah.
By all standards.
You're allowed to have shit. You don't even know.
So again, you can't allow these people to get you in no bad faith argument, Lady Che. That's you got to ask these motherfuckers fact-based questions.
Right.
They can't answer the fact-based question.
Look, Jesse Landry, whatever your argument is, you have no idea who you're talking to. You don't know anything about what you're saying. You're just saying things just because you're emotional. What I'm saying is just because I feel like it, but it's not because I'm emotional. I know exactly that you would not do half the things you're saying, and all the stuff you're woofing. It means nothing, right? It means nothing. The little boy, Carmelo's family was a good family. Carmelo had a job and was in the church. He was doing good things. He was an honorable student. He was running track. He was supposed to be there. Unlike the other boy, okay, and his family, he was actually a good child, right? And we don't see that many, but when we do, we have to highlight that. Okay, yeah, good stock. Yeah, good stock. That means good pedigree. Not mud.
The family was the quintessential American family. I want people to understand that. They was the quintessential American family. The mama did not work. She was a stay-at-home mama. She didn't work. The dad paid all the bills. They lived in a nice house. All the shit. The American dream, all in one pot.
Shoulder shrug. I feel nothing.
You can't get no more American than that family.
Yeah, you're right.
There wasn't nothing ghetto about him.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. And the boy
probably by all means he was a sucker. Now I'm saying in a sucker as how we would say, you know what I'm saying, like low income versus high income. I don't judge off of that, but some kids will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he wasn't that, like at all. Now he black at the end of he a black American. It don't matter what income level you come from when you're a black American. You got swag either way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm pretty sure he had the swag.
Yep. And jealousy.
But white. There you go. There you go, Lady Che. You just hit the nail on the head. Jealousy is a motherfucker. It don't matter what way of life you come from. The black American, we just got the aura, bro. That's just what the fuck it is.
Yeah, we got that majority spirit.
Right. And that really shows the side of like what's going on in chat. It's just the way y'all saying all this ugly spirited stuff. You know what I mean? But it's all right. You got to live with yourselves at the end of the day when you pass this racial and white supremacy.
Wrong.
When you pass racial and white supremacy like this, then you got to live with yourself at the end of the day. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm a racist. And that's really who I am. You know what I mean? Or I'm a race trading coon. That's who I am.
Yeah.
And live with yourself with that. At least we know that the little boy that Carmelo Anthony had a promising future.
Yeah.
And it was taken away by racism, white supremacy. Simple as that. And he was in the right. He was defending himself. Right. I mean, like, by what? When are we not allowed to defend ourselves?
Ever. According to them, never.
Never.
So it's wrong for us.
Here you got these big ass white boys that's towering over you.
Yep.
Yeah.
About to get ready to beat your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And to your point, Andy, he's a black man in America, which is probably one of the most endangered,
Exactly, Curtis.
endangered species. You know,
Thank you,
black
Curtis
men in
Shines.
America are
exactly.
endangered. They're it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
They're taking our warrior class and throwing them either in jail or ending them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? There's an endangered. You're at risk. You know what I mean? We have to protect you. We have to look out for you because that's how serious it is for black men and then black women. Black children. Definitely black children. They was coming after our black children. This is one example of them coming after a black child.
Race trading coon. Wait till y'all find out who was selling us first. Man. See again, bro.
With that
that's
argument.
what I'm saying. You can't get trapped in the bad faith arguments. You just can't do it.
It's a bad faith argument of who sold who first.
You can't do it, man. We talking strictly the law here. I don't give a fuck about your morality. Right. I don't give a fuck about your upbringing. None of that shit.
Right.
Let's talk about the law. That's what I'm talking about for me. I can't speak for Jesse and Lady. I can't speak for them. For me,
go ahead.
Get out your feelings. Get out of your, because this is what this is. This is feelings. If you bringing up anything talking about morality, if you are a conservative who love, I'm an individualist, right?
Yeah.
I believe that everybody that got a soul got the right to choose their own fate. We shouldn't be tied to the collective of anybody. I'm not saying that you can't participate in the collective, but you shouldn't be tied to it. So if you feel the same way, why are you talking about morality? I don't give a shit about your morality. I don't give a shit about anything ethical that you may think. I don't care. Let's talk about the law. Right. What does the law say? I keep going back to that. Ain't nobody answered me yet.
Yeah, well, you didn't follow the law according to the judge. You know what I mean? I mean, there are laws that stand your ground. They didn't follow the law when it came to Carmelo, right?
I'm white and I say so.
Yeah, he does. That's so I called him names, Breeze. That's why I was calling him names.
Yeah.
You seem to get upset about that. I'm not mad
about it. You find yourself trapped in a certain logic. If you justify this conviction, you then have to turn around and say what happened to Trayvon Martin was wrong, because it's the same situation.
Yeah.
The law already won, really.
Yeah. So what laws did the judge not follow, MD? In regards to text?
Well, it ain't the judge. The only law that the judge didn't follow, if true, was the fact that he got a relationship with the father. That's clearly unethical, right? I'm not gonna say anything about the judge except for that, because the judge ain't ruled on nothing yet. He ain't sentenced. So I can't speak on the judge. All I can say is the prosecution did not make a compelling case to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Carmelo intended to kill the white boy. That's asinine to even believe that. How they even got away with charging him with that extent of a crime is ridiculous.
Right.
Again, we got to look at it for what the crime is that he was charged on. The crime was murder with the intent to kill. You got to be a dumbass if you believe Carmelo Anthony intended to kill the white boy. You got to be stupid.
Yeah,
so I thought on the charge alone he was gonna get off, because it's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
But again, we see the situation that he got put in. No black jurors on the stand.
600
majority
jurors.
White, and I think it was a chink on the stand.
Yep.
On the jury bench, and I want to say a Middle Eastern type person, they said, was on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like alternates or something like that, right?
Nah, they was part of the jury. It wasn't all white. It was majority white.
Yeah.
But I know it was an Asian person on there, and it was a Middle Eastern type person on there.
Well, they
so you mean tell me you can get the chink and the towel head on the jury, but you can't get no black folk?
Yeah,
that's
600 people they went through. 600 jurors, they couldn't find one black person. Not one, not even a half breed. even a half breed, not even a mulatto. Like not one high yellow one. Not like, are you serious? Like,
so again, that goes back to what I said. I don't necessarily blame the prosecution or the judge. I blame the defense. The defense did a piss poor job. That's just a fact. A piss poor job. Ain't no way in hell I got all this information. Whether it be true or not.
I'm the professor, and this is the.
Sorry, MD.
No, you good. You good. I was just saying, ain't no way in hell, even with the information that I compiled, even if it's true or not, you ain't even gonna present it. That's crazy.
Right.
You ain't gonna call Hunter on the stand at all, and he was the motherfucker that started it.
Right.
And I feel like they didn't even try. Like, they didn't even try. The Carmelo's attorney didn't even try. He just went along with the program. You know what I mean? And the program is, I'm white, I say so, and the little boy go to jail. You think? So I feel like he didn't even make an attempt. You know what I mean?
Family and fellow soldiers, I'm the professor, and this is the moment of truth. The Austin Metcalf murder situation has shown just how far the white media and other interested parties will go when it comes to trying to make sure that Black people are indoctrinated to not defend themselves under any circumstances. Now let's get something straight right off the bat. Austin Metcalf assaulted Carmelo Anthony. That's not even up for debate. It's admitted. He threatened Carmelo, charged at him, assaulted him, and then lost his life as a result of that. When you put your hands on someone, that is assault. And that's why Carmelo Anthony warned him to stay back. And when Metcalf didn't, young Carmelo didn't attack him. He stood his ground, as the law says he has the right to do, and warned the aggressor Metcalf that he would defend himself if he came any closer, as Texas law states he has a right to do. Metcalf charged at him anyway, attacked him, and Carmelo Anthony had to defend himself. So now the white media is doing what they always do, trying to put the Black victim on trial. I noticed that nobody in the white media is talking about how difficult it is to prove murder in this case. Nobody's saying that Carmelo Anthony's been overcharged or that the prosecutor really should have gone with a lower charge. In other words, they're not using any of the typical deflections, dodges, and minimizations that they do when a Black person has been killed by a white person. The only time that the white media ever claims that a murder case is difficult to prove is when it's a Black person who's the one who's been killed. Now, look at how the white media lies about the situation. The AP, that is Aryan propagandist, wrote, quote, Metcalf told Anthony that he needed to move. Now, when you phrase it like that, it sounds innocent, like he politely walked up to Carmelo Anthony and asked, could you please move, dude? But at trial, the testimony proved that he wasn't asking at all. He threatened that boy. A teenage witness who testified at trial had told investigators last year that Metcalf said, I'll beat your ass. That is not the same as simply telling someone they needed to move. That is a threat. But look at how the AP lied about it. And notice that the rest of the white media is not mentioning this fact either. And they're also not mentioning that Metcalf assaulted young Carmelo. He put his hands on this child after threatening him. That is assault all day. At least it would be if it was Carmelo Anthony who had threatened and assaulted Metcalf. Carmelo's entire case is that he was under threat, felt that he had no choice but to defend himself, and this is the proof that he was right. So the white media is burying that, out of sight, out of mind. There is a white media embargo on mentioning the fact that Metcalf threatened that boy and attacked him. This is not reporting the news on the part of the white media. This is fabricating a narrative, one that's meant to turn the attacker into a victim and turn the victim into the attacker. They never ever do this if it's a white child who's been harmed or a white person at all. They don't try to dirty up white victims of murder, but they're still at it today. And keep in mind, the Associated Press is a prime cog in the white media's agenda-setting apparatus. Do yourself a favor sometime. Look at how many articles are posted online on this or that website, and when you read them, you'll often see that they're attributed to the Associated Press, or AP. They just copy and paste whatever the Associated Press puts out there. Different white media outlets pay a fee to the Associated Press and Reuters for the right to reprint their propaganda, news stories, because it's considered to be a lot cheaper and easier than, actually having a reporter of your own go and do the story for you. And the people at the Aryan propagandists know this. They know that when they put out a story, thousands of white media outlets will carry it. They'll just copy and paste the AP story verbatim, which means that the AP can derange and pervert the public's knowledge of events. And without the black media, you wouldn't even know how they were doing this. So when the Associated Press posts a pack of lies like this, it's not some small thing. Multiple white media outlets just copy and paste their story and spread their lies. I challenge you to pay attention when you're looking at stories on these news aggregator websites like Yahoo, or just the regular white media websites that you might visit. When you see them posting an article, especially one about national or international news, check and see how often they put AP on the byline. You'll quickly see that it shows up a lot. So covering up Austin Metcalf's aggressive behavior is just part of what the white media's been on code to do. There's also the behavior of Metcalf's father, who called himself ambushing the family of Carmelo Anthony at a press conference.
That brings us to the press conference. Jeff Metcalf was seen wearing sunglasses and talking on his phone at times while waiting for the family of Carmelo Anthony to speak. Dallas police showed up and Metcalf was asked to leave. Officers told him that he would be charged with trespassing if he did not leave. He told CBS News Texas he thought it would be an opportunity for the two families to come together in a productive way.
Now, what if the family of Carmelo Anthony had acted that way, the same way that this Metcalf thug did? What if they ran up on Metcalf's father and told him that they were going to beat his ASS and then put hands on him? Would the white media like the Associated Press defend them? Or would they be excoriating them and asking when's the police chief going to bring some charges? Hell, Carmelo's totally innocent and they're attacking and lying about him. There's no excuse for either of the Metcalf's behavior, and especially in the case of Austin Metcalf. After all, this was supposed to be a sports event that they were at, and I was always taught that sports events are supposed to be about sportsmanship. It's supposed to be about mutual respect. Isn't this what the white media, and especially these racist white sports writers and on-air sports racists, are always saying? They constantly try to assail black athletes for a lack of decorum and a lack of professionalism, and always saying that they lack sportsmanship. Well, what do you call it when a violent teen thug, who had been suspended from the team, by the way, instead of welcoming a fellow competitor, instead tries to call himself being Tommy Tough Guy for no reason and assaults him? If this Austin Metcalf person really felt that Carmelo Anthony's presence was a problem, then why didn't he just get the coaches to tell him to leave if it was really a problem? Or was it because Metcalf had already been suspended from the team, he had clear disciplinary and behavioral problems, and he doesn't obey authority, which is why he had no problem breaking the law when he threatened and assaulted Carmelo Anthony? And Metcalf's father had no problem barging in on the Anthony family in broad daylight and then lying afterwards and claiming that he just wanted to talk. If he wants to talk, then he can start by admitting that his son was out of control, that his son threatened and assaulted Carmelo Anthony, and then he can publicly call for the DA to drop their malicious prosecution of a young man who was simply defending himself. This is just like the case of John White in Long Island, New York, that I keep telling you about. These racists want to intimidate black people into not defending themselves, and we're not going for it. We have a right to be safe and secure wherever we are. Someone threatens us, we are not obligated to run. They attack us, we are not prohibited from defending ourselves. Had Metcalf acted sportsmanlike the same way his teammates had, nothing would have happened. If he had not decided to be belligerent and begin threatening people, nothing would have happened. If he had not come any closer when Carmelo told him not to, nothing would have happened. If he hadn't attacked Carmelo Anthony, nothing would have happened. Austin Metcalf was the aggressor here, no matter how the white media refuses to report that. He violated every tenet of sportsmanship and even the law. And the prosecution of Carmelo Anthony is an illegal railroading. It's the same racial double standard that we always see. And the white media's cover-up of this just goes to show that the government and the white media work hand in hand, just like they did with Daniel Penny when he murdered Jordan Neely. The white media made sure to all get on code. They were going to cover up what his identity was. They wanted to make sure that there would be no public pressure to push for a prosecution. They know exactly the difference between right and wrong, and they're on the side of wrong. And the fact that they're going to these kind of lengths to put a young man in prison because he was attacked in public and defended himself, it just goes to show that they've seen cases like Corey Pujols and John White and Kenneth Walker and others. These were black people who defended themselves, and the white media is desperately trying to find a W. They've been taking too many L's on that front. They need a W. Doesn't matter what truths they have to cover up. It doesn't matter what laws they have to support undermining. It doesn't matter what rights they have to trample on. That's the white media stock and trade, illegality and immorality. Their sick agenda of trying to demonize black people who defend themselves for the sake of intimidating black people to sit on their hands when they're attacked, that is not going to intimidate anyone. No matter how the white media refuses to actually report on what happened, everybody knows exactly what occurred. Carmelo Anthony did not approach anyone. He did not threaten anyone. He did not attack anyone. Austin Metcalf, on the other hand, did all three. And when you look at the behavior of his father, you can see where he learned it from. Nobody says that what happened was a great thing or even a good thing. But what people are pointing out is it wasn't a crime. Very interesting that when Peter Liang murdered Akai Gurley, that's what black people were told. Well, it's a tragedy, not a crime. And nobody in the white media dared to question that. None of them dared to counter it. And that wasn't even a case of self-defense. That was a case of a cowardly punk who was in a dark stairwell and decided that he was going to be firing off shots just because. In the case of Carmelo Anthony, you have a law-abiding young man who was doing nothing more than participating in a school activity. There was no reason whatsoever for Austin Metcalf to be getting aggressive with him, much less to attack him. The lesson from all this that ought to be front page news is that the next time somebody gets the idea that they're going to start a fight with a complete stranger for no reason whatsoever, don't. Good day and be one. I'd like to take a moment to mention some of our contributors: Michael Gilmore, Suleiman Alaji, Top Notch Entertainment, Regina Nixon, and Norma Anthony. Salute to them and thank you to everyone for listening, liking, and sharing this message. Black empowerment only exists because of you.
These are punk ass trolls, MD.
Man, let them nasty motherfuckers come up here and
Secret Service Sam here with a Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf trial update.
I'm
now,
glad Carmelo
earlier in one of my videos, I mentioned that Morris
only weighed 147 pounds, and this bastard is up here 6 feet 1 man weighing 215 uneven contest. So they go up there and go pick on him, man, just because he was small. Oh, he was under the wrong tent. If that was at a school, because we discussed that issue there too, Brother Paris. That was in a public park, so he had the right to go any goddamn way he wanted to go, man. You know what I'm saying? To get about the fucking ring. Fuck Metcalf. I hope the son of a bitch rots in hell and a bitch that bored that motherfucker should have swallowed. Yeah, I'm Shabaka Sankore, by the way, assholes, and I approve of the goddamn message. Let's get it on.
Shabaka, peace and black power. Peace and black power.
Always. Always. Always.
Go ahead. Shabaka got MD in the building.
We got Breeze, Fresh
How you be? How you be? All right. And like a
couple of other family members up in here, and then the rest is all race trading coons and fucking Sambos and fucking trolls.
Okay, invite the race trading coons, Sambos, and Hibiscos up here.
The link is out there, Shabaka. The link is out there.
Exactly. Free Carmelo Anthony. That young man had the right to protect himself. He used by any means necessary. And plus, Metcalf and his brother was always picking on this young man. And Metcalf was built like a heavyweight contender, or he was. He's dog shit now. At 6 feet 2.5, 215 pounds. And this young man is only 5 feet 7 man weighing 145 pounds, man. Metcalf was a punk. Okay, yeah. And he got exactly what the fuck he deserved and made a motherfucker rot in hell. Son of a bitch. Fuck his daddy. Fuck his no good ass, scagly ass looking drunk ass mama. She can go suck a dog's dick for all I care. How dare that white boy go up there and try to do that to him? Oh, and by the way, people, to piss you off some more, when we do Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced this evening, we're going to be talking about the Atlanta child murder case from 79 to 81. Yeah, so this is some good sparring for right now. And then we're supposed to sit up there, be happy, you know, and not make waves and all that old type of bullshit right there. You the bow, and all that old bullshit right there. Fuck Tim Scott. Where's he at? Okay. And it's only because of the fervor that the dumpster, as in human shit.
Where is
okay.
Where is the CDC?
Oh, yeah. Now that's the next bunch who I'm getting ready to crumb on. How come every motherfucking CDC member ain't out there protesting and shit? By the way, where's Jasmine Crockett?
Right. They have so
Is
many.
she a representative out the state of Texas? Yeah. Where's Jasmine Crockett?
So many tears to shed when oh girl, what's her damn name? Renee Good got killed.
Yeah. And then on top of it as well, too, let's be real, people, fuck race relations. Okay? It's time for us, black man and woman, to be economically independent. Keep your power tools with you. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Fuck Austin. Yeah, they need to go, yeah, you're right, Chris. They need to go dig Austin up and go throw his ass in a goddamn sewer. That's what they need to do.
But Shabaka, this is the thing though. It shouldn't even have to come down to race relations. If these white folks care so much about the law and freedom in America, this should be a travesty, not only to black people, but to everybody. So you telling me nobody ain't got the right to defend themselves in this country? That's what you telling me?
Yeah.
It should be about black and white.
Oh, well, that's just it, though. See, this is what we're looking at right here. Okay, and who is this here? Is this Joe?
No, this MD.
Oh, okay, MD. Sure, you're right. Yeah. We talked before. Okay, but what it is, though, is this here, MD. Let's take the racial situation out of it just for 1 second. It would still boil down to a case of self-defense. Now, with the racial fact with it into it, MD, is that they hated that the white boy lost. Just like when Jack Johnson beat the shit out the Great White Hope on July 4th, 1910 in Reno, Nevada. Oh, and by the way, people, they do have a historical landmark set up there, man, which is just east of Virginia Street. If you go through Reno, go there and visit it. Listen to the wind and hear the stories of long ago. You know what I'm saying? So and these coons out here, these black ass political coons, I'm trying to find out what they're talking about, is because I'm quite sure they're trying to get their goddamn lies straight. You see what I'm saying? And I'm gonna sit up there and laugh.
Who would say that? Like, who would say some shit like this? Like, really, dude? He gonna say
like this Greasy E. Carmelo's hole is next. Okay, motherfucker. So we see what kind of fantasies you have in the middle of the night.
Right.
Yeah. A moist ass motherfucker up here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably giving it up so much as well, too. Sick ass shit.
Yeah, he probably is.
You know?
Yeah,
and then Greasy E, bring your ass up here. As Chase says all the time, request the link, Trick, and bring your ass up here and talk that bullshit. That's why my wall is up right now. I'm mad in the motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel you, Shabaka. He's not gonna do that though. We've been on.
Of course not, because he's a fucking coward, like Metcalf was a coward.
He said we coons, but you have a yes or massa accent. What the fuck that's supposed to be?
Yeah, well, I know goddamn well he ain't talking to me. Shit.
But what's a yes or master accent? A southern accent?
No, that is like you the boss, you know, that type of shit, you know. I'm just Uncle Tom right here, Uncle Sambo. See, that's what he's talking about. You see what I mean?
I mean, but most people can't like do nothing about the accent. That's kind of weird, but
yeah, I agree with you, MD. I agree with you. But what it is, though, is that, see, these white supremacists, man, are in honky heaven. Okay? You see what I'm saying? But as we always have said, Brother Che, and you too, I'm sure, MD, all of us had, when we was young men, you know, our uncles, our daddies, older cousins and brothers would sit down there and have the talk with us. You see what I'm saying? Like when you get stopped by these race soldiers. You see what I'm saying? When you come across this Metcalf coward. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You know, but see, this is why, black man and woman, that they fear our unity. This is why they want to promote bed wenching and buck wenching. We're all the same. No, we ain't. Come bring your motherfucking ass out here and sit with me in this 96-degree ass heat today. You see what I'm saying? No, I don't eat chitlins. Greasy E. No, I don't eat that shit. And I don't eat hog guts, Greasy E. You know, come up with something better.
I mean, but even still, chitlins is a Black American delicacy. Like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now, but as Brother Che and I had discussed that there was the only thing that they had that they let the slave eat. You see what I'm saying? I don't allow the smell of chitlins in my house. If you invite me over to your house, well, hey, Shabaki, you're more than welcome. Hey, great, fine, thank you. But as soon as you say chitlins, I'm going to bid you a good afternoon very, very respectfully, because see, one man's meat is another man's portion.
Well, that's all. I don't eat pork either, but that's all subjective. You know, I remember growing up as a kid, man, on Thanksgiving morning, Christmas morning, and that the whole house smelled like chitlins. The whole house.
Oh yeah, and then the same thing when it comes to greens. You know what I'm saying?
Why you still up in here?
No swine in the greens. You know what I'm saying? Put them good vegetables in there. You know, and then too, and then Kamala Harris talking about you.
I don't need them. Ain't nothing wrong with them, man.
Right. Well, as I said,
at least I know you're Black if you eat them.
Right. Exactly.
Yes. Well, to stay with the Blackness, man, I love me some cornbread. You know what I mean?
Right. But, you know, Gizzy ain't one of us. He's one of them. Yeah, butter, biscuit eating ass, fucking race trading ass cool. Yeah.
Who? Greasy?
Put your tap shoes on. Get your tap shoes on. My child would never. Man, you just don't know. You just cursed your kid, cuz. You know what I mean? As above, so below. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I love me some watermelon, Clubber Lang 225. Now, believe it or not, people, watermelon is very, very healthy for you. Now, old Greasy, you up here, man. Okay, Greasy, man, you up here with your cigarette.
Black in America.
Yeah.
Black. Your kid black. Your kid might not, you know, but you cursing him like that because you think he's there.
Yeah, right.
You know, as ice and
but I want to know is why so much disdain for the young brother? Like, I don't get that. Like, you know.
No, what it is is this here. Okay.
Black.
Okay,
like,
no, that's what it is. But what it is, though.
How you have so much animosity for a young brother? Weren't you a young brother at one point? Right. Weren't you a young brother, like 18, 19 years old? Or you forget that you was a young man at one point? Or that your kid might be a young adult at one point. You know what I mean? You're a Black man in America.
Right.
You know, at some point, not every day is given. Like, you forget that you're Black.
Right.
I mean, you in the chat, you really clearly forgot you was Black. But do you forget on a day-to-day basis that you're a Black man in America? And then
exactly.
I'm telling you what it is, Lady Che. It's really not, especially for these Black conservatives. It ain't necessarily about being Black. Have you ever heard somebody being so red or so blue, they go away from their blackness? It's like you pro blue, you pro red, but you're not pro Black. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It comes down to that. It comes down to political affiliation at the end of the day.
Yes,
and like that,
that's
you
what I
know,
call the house
at some point in time, you gotta like I said, even me, I'm the one that shy away from like Black. It's in my logo. I say no to Black politically, right? But at the same time, I know who the fuck I am. I know what this country has done to me and my people. So it's asinine to try to shield yourself away from your own Blackness like the shit don't exist. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's crazy to me.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Okay, and like Clubber Lang. Okay, now Clubber Lang 225 said, he said he should have thrown his hands. I fought grown-ass men when I was 13 years old. Okay, well, Clubber Lang, I don't know how much you weigh, sir, and what have you, but keep in mind that Carmelo Anthony, man, only weighed 147 pounds, and I think he was only, what's that there, Brother Chair, about 5 feet 5, 5 feet 6. Metcalf is tipping the damn scale. Yeah, and Metcalf is tipping the scale, man, at 215, and plus he's 6'2 and a half. Okay,
yeah.
So he was
both of the brothers
were
linebackers on the football team. Both of them was linebackers.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Okay, and that motherfucker's lying on his back in that damn hole for eternity. And I hope the goddamn the worms pissing shit on him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he's linebacking all right, straight and stretched the fuck out. You know, and I was just speaking, man, you know, with a loved one today. You see, and we was talking about this situation right here. You see what I'm saying? Hey, black man and woman, go teach your children how to shoot, how to use some power tools, protect yourself by any means necessary, because you got the right to live too. You see what I'm saying? Although they don't like us having that right. You see what I mean? Okay. And people wonder why I missed the days of Muhammad Ali. We used to love to watch Ali beat up white hopes and Uncle Toms. You know what I'm saying? And then
And
on top of
it, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, and then any house niggas out there like Terrell and Floyd Patterson. You see what I'm saying? Now, Clubber Lang says, I've seen 135-pounder knock the spark out of a heavyweight size matters, but skills matter more. Okay, I understand that.
But that wasn't that situation. That boy was gonna get jumped, man. He was gonna get jumped.
Exactly.
Right.
And then there was Metcalf and his brother jumping on him. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So he was outnumbered 2-1 already, and just for the simple fact, man, because everybody's participating in some type of athletic sports. If it's fucking raining out there and there's a damn tent, man, you might be the opposing team, man, but I ain't gonna sit out there and get wet. You see,
and that also lets you know the mentality. That lets you know the mentality of Carmelo. Like I said, I'm not gonna say I know if he had hands. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But if he immediately pulled out that tool or whatever, that goes to, you know, I can only assume at this point that maybe he was like, hey, look, man, like these white boys finna get ready to whoop my ass. I got to do something. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. So that's preemptive defense. That's preemptive defense. Okay. And Greasy E says, no wounds or bruises were on Carmelo. Stay, man.
Come on, man. You just ripped him up.
So how you get jumped but no evidence of it? Greasy E, check this out. Why don't you go get fucked in your ass and get the fuck up out of here? How about that? Okay, because I'm not in the mood for that bullshit.
Right.
Again, now we've been on for over an hour, Lady Che. Yeah. I still have had nobody to answer my simple question.
What's that?
Legally saying what validates this conviction? What somebody need to tell? I don't know yet. Ain't nobody answered it yet.
Okay, now and see the conviction is invalid. The conviction is hatred of all white jury. Just with it being an all white jury went to go to show that he did not get tried by a jury of his peers, because his peers would be people of the same racial background, economical status, political status. You see what I'm saying? So what this was here, this was a revenge conviction. You see what I'm saying? Because Metcalf, the big all-American white boy, got kicked off the goddamn planet by a younger, lighter brother. You see what I'm saying? And then, like Clubber Lang says, legal, he had no money. That's why he lost.
But that's a lie.
So he had a public prison delivered.
No,
yeah, wait a minute. Didn't they have a GoFundMe for him, man? For his
they had a GoFundMe, and they got a legal team, so that's a lie.
Yep, the black community set it up.
Okay. So Clubber Lang, you just been proved a liar. 225. You know,
that's a lie. He had the money.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Now, why did the defense attorney for Carmelo allow all those white people to be seated, man, because he had the option of kicking them off the fucking jury?
He was in on the play, man. That's all he could think of. He was in on the play.
Okay, Lady Che, you want to know something? I think you're right. Okay, now let's see here. Now, old boy here says, Greasy E says, if Anthony's use of the GFM, if he used the GoFundMe money on actual lawyers and not houses, cars, jewelry, and seafood,
that's a lie.
He might have had a
That was straight up
chance.
This guy trolling at this point, man. I can't
Okay,
take
let
him
the
serious.
motherfucker troll.
They didn't even want to release.
I ain't taking him serious, man, because I'm gonna humiliate this bastard. You see what I'm saying? And by the way, Greasy Easy, be sure you spell the goddamn name right, man, and share the link out, motherfucker, and get some of your other trolls up here. If not, if you can't do that, shut the fuck up. You talking bullshit. Go play with your dick, Trick.
The family wrote on the gift send go. They wrote exactly what they were going to use the money for, and the new black media and the black community put into that gift send go for the boy to have a proper defense. Yeah. Now they're picking this attorney. I don't know. Couldn't say. You know what I mean? Couldn't say why they picked that particular attorney. However, that particular attorney did not do the boy any kind of justice or defense. Right. Because he was, you know what I mean, at all whatsoever. And the trial was very quick. The fact that there was not one black juror out of 600 jurors is ridiculous. The fact that
so we had a kangaroo court. They
didn't exactly. They didn't do the boy a service. I think it was propaganda what the man just said right there about the houses and whatnot. I mean, if you're black and you're going through a major case with a white boy being dead, you know, you're gonna want to have to move around a little bit, because in case you forgot, they do set houses on fire. The Klan still exists. You know what I mean? Especially in areas where they feel some kind of way about a prized young.
It wasn't a public defender. Grizzly saying it wasn't a public defender. I just told you the defense team was the same defense team of Amber Geiger. It was no public defender.
That's crazy.
So like y'all continuously coming up here and lying, and I don't know why.
There's not public defender. The money went to where it went. It went to the fucking attorney. Like, you got to pay for that shit. Like, what's wrong with you? It wasn't a public defender. He asked for a public defender at one point, but then they ended up getting
because they didn't have the money at that time when he was initially charged.
Exactly. That's what you're referring to, sir. Yeah, they did ask for it, but he ended up getting an attorney. Sadly, goddamn, man, Amber Geiger. Jesus, like, oh my God, that was an atrocity too. That was a horrible thing too.
Now hold on, here's one for you. Let's talk about the goddamn case you had in Las Vegas, Nevada, where his brother was up there fucking this woman. She's putting hands on him. He goes, they come in and kill him.
I mean, I think MD, that to answer your question, there's no real justification. Like, according to the law, they just said that, you know, there was like 4 reasons for the guilty charge, but basically they're saying that the young man shouldn't have stuck him. Basically saying that no reasonable man would have done that. A push was supposed to be met. I know. I'm just repeating what the white lady said. That no reasonable push should have been met with a shove, not a stick. You see what I'm saying? And so it wasn't reasonable for him to shake the dude in the chest. You know what I mean? That's what they're saying. That's what the white people are saying.
But that doesn't count for. But again, that don't account for intent, though, Lady J.
No,
the charge is murder with the intent.
Right.
Nobody has answered the question yet. Does that justify murder with intent? It don't.
No, it don't. It don't.
Okay, but hold on, though, MD. But what it's saying is that now, Brother Che, okay, didn't this dude Metcalf have a history of fucking with Carmelo Anthony before the track meet? Him and his brother.
Yeah.
Okay, now MD, that changes everything right there, because see, this is already an enemy of his right there. So he was already in hostile territory, just trying to stay dry from the rain. You'll say, so which means is that they was used to seeing Carmelo, and then Carmelo was probably, intimidated, because like I said, he's only 5'7", weighing 150 pounds at the most, and this big bastard, you know what I'm saying, is up there 6'2.5", built like a goddamn linebacker.
Yeah,
so
and it was
Carmelo did right.
It's raining.
The intent was not touch me and find out. That's asinine. That's stupid.
That's stupid. Yeah, that's not the intent. intent would be
MD,
like if
let me ask you a question.
he got on the bus, said "fuck the track meet," I'm gonna stick old boy in the chest. That's intent. He didn't have that intent, so they couldn't prove that in court. He didn't have that intent when he went to school, jumped on the bus to run a track meet that he was supposed to be at. That's ridiculous.
And then 2 days, some more cannon fire. Y'all know what cannon fire is, right?
Right.
Yeah. You're breaking up, Shabaka.
Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, what about now?
He said all people come from good rallies.
Yeah. This guy's trying to say the intent was the wording. Like, if somebody is threatening you now, and then you warn them about the threat, how is that intent? I'm confused as hell.
Right.
It's not intent.
What are we talking about?
No, but what it is, okay. But what I'm saying is that this is an already established enemy, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, Che. Okay, they was always harassing Carmelo anyway before the track meet.
Yep. From the football team.
You see? You're right. And so if a damn rainstorm is coming down, he had a right to get about that rain, because from what I understand, you all have rainstorms real bad there in Texas.
He was invited to that tent.
Right.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
He was invited to the tent
from his so-called friend that went to the school where the Metcalf boys went. So let me tell the story. So it started raining. I ain't gonna necessarily call it set up. The other dude was just a punk. So it started to rain. One of the boys he knew that went to the same high school the Metcalf boys went to. He knew him.
Yeah.
Right.
When it started raining, he told him, "Hey, look, man, you come up under here." He came under there. That's when the Metcalf boys started talking shit. The boy that Carmelo knew bitched up. They didn't want him under the tent. The boy that Carmelo knew bitched up. He bitched up and acted like he didn't know who Carmelo was. That was a lie. They proved that in court.
You say they're gonna be able to do more ice patrols.
Man,
they got pictures.
Painted to hell. Okay.
They got pictures of him and Carmelo, like in pictures. Like he knew who he was. He tried to say he didn't. He lied because he a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Meaning that he was also scared of them boys. He was scared of the white boys too.
Okay, so which means is that he had reasonable fear. There's a difference between having reasonable fear and being scared. Okay, now Greasy, he says the moral of this whole thing: be a man, use your hands unless met with a weapon. Okay, now Greasy, you may disagree. Okay, Greasy, listen to me when I tell you this. Any conflict always has the option of going to the next level of force. That is in the art of war.
Right. It sure is.
It's not like
any conflict, I'm going to repeat that, people. Any conflict, okay, always has the option of going to the next level of force.
Like that. Just like your baby, like you talking all that shit. You don't know what's gonna happen with your child. He could be a weak punk and get it too, just like that.
Like I said, that could be the case. I'm not even gonna disagree with you, Grizzly, on that point. What I'm saying is, in the South, those type of ethical lessons don't go at all.
Exactly.
If you met with reasonable force, that's what the law states.
Right.
If you met with reasonable, now what the fuck is reasonable force? That's in the eyes of the beholder at the end of the day.
Okay, I tell you what's reasonable force. I'm a disabled motherfucker. And if a motherfucker gonna walk over to me with his hands, man, I'm gonna take these goddamn power tools I got, man, and leave them in them, and we'll call the police. Come pick up the goddamn sanitation problem.
Hey, I gotta admit, Chewbacca, same for me. Now again, if it's a one-on-one situation, I'm gonna try to see about you with the hand. No doubt about it. That's just because that's how I would talk.
Right, exactly.
But hold on. But if I see the odds are stacked against me, my cousin Glock coming out. It's coming out.
Oh, yes, sir. Now, on a one-on-one situation, man. Okay, I'm sorry, Lady J. Go ahead.
It's a big motherfucking corn-fed motherfucking white boy, and there's two of them matching. You know what I mean? And it came with that energy What is, any reasonable individual would have that motherfucking a little bit of fear and a little bit of like, I'm all by myself. What you expect
Okay, but
to
keep in
have that?
mind, Lady Che,
You're
there's
supposed to
a
defend
very,
yourself.
very thin line between fear and self-defense. No, between fear and anger, there's a very, very thin line of that. Once again, that is in the art of war. Make your enemy think you're weak when you're strong, and make your enemy think you're strong when you're weak. That's in the art of war.
Carmelo didn't do that with malintent. That was purely out of fear. You see what I'm saying? He didn't do it out of malintent. Because he was crying, he was upset when he you know what I mean? Like, he was upset when he did it. So it wasn't like he did it out of anger. He did it because he was trying to protect himself, and it took a minute to gather himself. You know what I mean? Just think about it, like, I guess not, if you haven't done anything dangerous like that, then you wouldn't know what goes on in a person's mind after they do something crazy like that, before they get told about the police. You know what I mean? A lot of things go through a person's mind when they almost take a life or take a life.
I hear you, Clever Lang. You did right. You almost sent two of the motherfuckers to the upper room acting tough. Yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, Lady Che. I'm just responding to Clever Lang. Shutting up. I'm going on mute.
So I could tell you that right before, something serious all the way happens, or right at the cusp, there's a lot of things that go through a person's mind when they do that, and it's usually in a way of, it's gonna be me or you. It's gonna be me or you. At the end of the day, survival mode kicks in, and at that time, after whatever type of self-defense mechanism kicks in for a person's survival mode, you can never really gauge, but you just know that it came out of an act of fear to protect themselves.
Right.
That's survival mode.
Right. We don't know his situation. I mean,
Exactly.
it's some black folks ain't never been in no physical altercation.
Right.
It's some people ain't never been in no altercation a day in their life. You don't know how they're gonna react.
They don't know.
And it's a thin line between fear. It's a thin line between fear and anger. Okay, now D. Shy says, if I may say that, D. Shy 1986. Okay, he states are you all advocating for kids to start hitting other kids with weapons if they get pushed? That's very dangerous. Okay, now Shy. Okay, no, I'm not advocating that. The main thing that what I'm advocating is this here: you don't go around fucking with people. Period. Because any conflict has the option of going to the next level of force. Why do you think that motherfucker David Carradine, when he used to play Kane on the TV series Kung Fu, what was the first thing he said before he starts fucking people up? I am Kane. Do not wish to harm you. And they pushed Kane, and Kane put the work in on him, man. And they're wondering what the fuck happened.
Listen, I was brought up to think of this. You keep your hands and feet and your mouth to yourself, right? And you don't be touching on people, be kicking people, fucking them up. Keep your hands and feet and your mouth to yourself, right? That means no biting or spitting, right? However, you're not supposed to don't let nobody hit you or put their hands on you and you hit them back. They hit you, you hit them back. That's what we was taught in our household. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to be stomping on a motherfucker, biting on a motherfucker, spitting in their face. Spitting on a motherfucker is wrong. Stomping on a motherfucker, you keep your hands and feet to yourself, right? But you're not supposed to let nobody put their hands on you either. These are things that are in black households are taught from jump. You're not supposed to let nobody put their hands on you. You're not supposed to let nobody hit you. You hit them back. That's just to protect yourself from small. You see what I'm saying? And we live with that growing up. To not let nobody put their hands on us, treat us like we punk. We're supposed to keep our hands and feet to ourselves. That's why you don't see black people wilding out, spitting on motherfuckers and stomping them out like that. We usually are pretty fucking composed. You know what I mean? We keep our shit to ourselves. We don't outright grab a motherfucker. We don't put our hands and feet on them unless it's called for. At the end of
the day, Lady Che, we don't know if that's what he was taught. We just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it could be a situation where he ain't never gotten no type of altercation ever in his life. We don't know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Imagine he didn't. You know what I mean? He was working a job, taking care of his family. a job and going to school and we're going to working.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Lady Che. So they looked at him figuring, oh, this nigga ain't nothing but this and that. I'm big, bad, mighty, whitey. Yeah, your stinking ass is pushing up daisies now, ain't you, you funky motherfucker?
Any black proud to have a son like that. Right. You know what I mean? And they just took that a promising young man off the market, you know, for him having a future for whatever they feel like giving him right now currently. You know what I mean? Because it's on White Night Say So. That's how that went down. On White Night Say So.
Now here's what happened to me, y'all. Okay, I was in a situation one time with a motherfucker. This fool here, man, he stands up there with his fist balled up. I beat the motherfucker to the punch. I was arrested. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was arrested. When they put me in the back of the pig car, what's the charge against me, officer? I ain't got nothing to say. Assault with a deadly weapon. What's the deadly weapon? Your fist. California got some fucked up laws. Okay, and I told the motherfuckers, and I said, if this situation happened again, I'll do the exact same goddamn thing. You see? Well, we're gonna send you to anger management. Sure. Talk about Adam Sandler, man, and them doing that movie, Anger Management. That's exactly what that bullshit was. You know, but that's what the damn court told me. You know what I'm saying? California got some fucked up laws. You ain't supposed to hit nobody back. You're just supposed to move out the way. That's self-defense. And I say, officer, you up there with a goddamn taser, a fucking gun, a pair of handcuffs, plus your fist, plus you in shape, man, and you gonna tell me, man, I cannot defend myself?
And that's the thing, Shabaka. That's the thing. And like I said, this let me know a lot of these people don't understand laws, right?
Right.
When we talk about the South, vast majority of all majority of the South is stand your ground, castle doctrine. Yep. In a lot of these other states up north, they don't got that. They got what you call obligation to flee. Meaning that like if it's danger, if it's danger, you obligated to get the fuck on. You know, if you don't, you can be charged to damn self. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, a lot of us, I don't give a damn where you come from, just ain't taught that. You know, either by your parents, your upbringing, or by trial. Hell, a lot of us find that shit out by trial and error. I know when I was a little kid, I used to just get my ass whooped. I didn't know no better. Until I figured out, hey, look, at some point in time, I'm gonna have to fight back. That's how I learned how to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. Because if you
I'm
don't
like, man, I'm
fight
tired
back,
of getting
man,
my
you're
ass
gonna have
whooped.
problems with that. Yeah, and you're gonna have problems with that motherfucker, man, for the rest of your life. Like I was in elementary
then
school.
once you start fighting back, you find out, hey, like I can like actually beat his ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's how I learned how to fight.
Right.
Yep.
You know, didn't nobody teach me how to fight. I learned how to fight through trial and error.
Right.
Getting beat up by bullies and shit. I'm like, hey man, I ain't gonna take this shit no more. I'm just gonna fight back. Lo and behold, I whoop your ass. And you don't mess with me no more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You see, I did that, man, when I was bullied as a kid in school, man, and I got so mad. I told that motherfucker, I says, when you come to school tomorrow, motherfucker, you getting your ass whooped. And man, I was going around the whole elementary school like Ali versus Frazier, man. The fight's going down tonight. I caught up with this punk ass motherfucker, man, who was trying to go another way. I smacked the shit out of him. He didn't do nothing, man, and I went to town on his ass.
Yeah.
Two of the students to pull me off of him, and the principal officer, well, we got to call your mom. And my mother said, don't you hit my child. What the fuck happened? And then I told mama, you know, what happened. She says, oh, that's why you were so eager to go to school today. Shit, generally, I had to put my foot in your ass to get you to go to school. So that's why you were so eager to go to school today.
Hell, Shabaka. Some of us get our ass beat at school,
right?
And come back home and tell mama we got our ass beat, and then get another ass whooping from your mama.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's what my mama said. Yeah, that's what my mama said. She says the next time I see you getting bullied and you don't do nothing, I'm gonna whoop your ass myself.
That's exactly what my father said. My father was already off of me and my brother.
So then you in between the rock and the hard place. Now you ain't got no choice but to whoop ass.
Right, I'm getting my ass
you
at home, and then I go to school, and some fuck shit happens at school. Not even really my fault. Next thing you know, I'm fighting at school. I'm getting whooped up at school, like jumped at school, right? I go home and get whooped off for taking off my jewelry
Whoa.
and get jumped, and then B for not fighting back. And it took a long time to really learn how to have any kind of substance because I grew up in a man raised me, and a man that was a very took care of my brother.
You got to think about it. You got to think about it, Lady Che.
Okay, Frank Sinatra says here, don't forget the white boy broke his daddy's nose. He been violent as fuck. Why didn't the Lord mention that? Shit is real. I'm sorry, Lady Che, go ahead.
And he taught my brother how to fight. But as a girl being raised by a single man, you know, I'm supposed to be like a lady. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to, and I carry myself like a lady. I'm not supposed to be fighting, arguing, talking shit, you know, any of that. So when I'm already getting my ass whooped at home by a father, you know, I gotta go to school and I'm, you know, some fuck shit happens. It's like that. I had to learn how to fight when I went into the system. It wouldn't be taught at home because, you know, my father wanted to raise a good little girl that wore dresses and not, you know, outside in tennis shoes kicking ass. You know what I mean? So he taught my brother how to do
Lady
it.
Che.
Okay,
Lady Che.
Yes.
Okay, Lady Che. Don't you know that the female is the most deadly of the species?
The most dangerous.
Yeah.
You think Amaru? Okay, you think Amaru's gonna stand there and let somebody abuse him? No, Amaru gonna go up there and use them tiger claws and them teeth on you.
Yeah. No, just saw it.
Okay.
Terrible.
Okay, W12 says just like W12. Could you put your comment back up, sir? Okay. He says just like pissing off a game, $20 doesn't deserve the death. Neither does pushing someone does it right, black people. Let me tell you something, man. You know, let a motherfucker come up here and push my ass, man. I'm gonna be using any means necessary. This table, this ashtray, this goddamn laptop, man. He's gonna be eating this motherfucker. You don't go around putting your hands on people. This is why you always hears me say, I always refer to men as sir and women as ma'am. Okay, Clubber Lang says he hit a football player once and he did the Zab Judah chicken legs. Oh, man. Clubber Lang.
Jealous.
Clubber Lang, I met Zab Judah, man.
So what I'm saying is,
you know,
what I'm saying,
I can't say that about Zab. Yeah, I met Zab Judah.
A lot of us, again, like I said, you know, we was forced to fight because our mom. It's either you get your ass whooped at school or you get your ass whooped at home. The ass whooping at home had emotional ties to it. Yeah. So you didn't even if it hurt worse to get your ass whooped at school, you ain't want that mama ass whooped because of the emotional tie to it. So you ain't had no choice. Yeah, hey, I got to go to school and handle business. And hell, you never know, man. You might come out on top. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then, like sister here says, if I'm saying your name right, Miss Shamika Smith, 9914, this should be a lesson to bullies. Not everybody gonna take it. You damn right about that, sister.
Right.
That's right, sister. Mm-hmm. And it's a new day and age. We're not supposed to take it.
Okay. And Clubber Lang says, hit the like button, by the way.
Because we got to get ready for our next show, Shabaka.
Yeah. So let's
yes, sir. Most definitely. And
ladies
and gentlemen.
Go ahead, MD.
I'm gonna say, hey, appreciate the show, man. Like I said, I was able to vent and say some shit. Still to this point, didn't nobody answer the question. Wasn't nobody able to have no reasonable conversation.
No.
Okay.
And, they just trolled.
Hold on. Okay, hold on, MD. What was the question again, sir?
The question was, and it wasn't referring to you, Shabaka. I asked the question to the people that was justifying this conviction. From a legal standpoint, what are you using to justify? Nobody been able to answer it yet.
Fuck it then.
Yeah, exactly. It was a kangaroo court. The damn case needs to go into the goddamn U.S. Supreme Court tomorrow. They need to pick it up. And can they do that, Brother Che? You have more legal knowledge than me.
Yeah, I believe so.
I believe they don't. They got an appeal.
To file an appeal.
Because, like I said, if you justifying this case, you would then have to turn around and say that it was unjust what happened to Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
You would have to say it's unjust what happened with the crack in Wisconsin. What's his name? Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse was just Rittenhouse just got pushed down to the ground. He had a whole fucking AR-15.
Yeah.
You also have to say that was unjust. And the thousands of other people that been shot in similar circumstances.
Okay,
you got to say
also too, MD, why this shit in the house says that he's crossing one state line from another with high-powered weapons, talking about he's going to protect property. Man, get the fuck out of here.
Front of the police,
but I'm talking about Rittenhouse, not you, MD. I'm saying Rittenhouse to get the fuck up out of here with that.
But correct me if I'm wrong, though, Shabaka. I saw the video. Yes. All they did to Rittenhouse was just push him to the ground, and he started blasting.
Yeah.
So with your logic, you will also have to say that the non-guilty for Rittenhouse was unjust based on your logic now.
Yeah.
Based on your logic.
Yep.
Yeah. And look at Dylan Roof. Look what the fuck he did. He go into a church and kills innocent people. Man, that could have been my grandma. That could have been your grandma.
Well,
you got to get to the what?
I'm talking about similar circumstances. What I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, in the act of self-defense.
Right.
So a lot of people just be bullshitting. They got political biases that don't make sense.
Right.
They don't really give a fuck about law and order when it comes to this. They don't give a shit about that. All they care about is their political bias. That's it.
That's it. But I'm gonna get to the footage, Shabaka. I gotta get to the footage.
But peace. Hey, I'm gonna see y'all on the next show, man.
Okay.
Next show, man, is going to be coming up for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be talking about the Atlanta child murders.
You still got the same email, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the link.
Join us on the Atlanta child murders that's coming up on Shabaka's Black Experience in the future.
I definitely want to do that, man. Just a quick thing, and I'll leave. My mom and my aunt, they were teenagers at the time. They had already left. They had already left the neighborhood. My mom, she grew up on a street called Neal Street in Southwest Atlanta, right? Like literally a couple of miles away from the epicenter of all that shit. They had to move to Decatur by that point. That they tell me stories about that shit, man. How everybody was just on edge at that time, you know.
Right. And I recall seeing on the news clips, man, where the peoples were escorting their children to school with their gats on their hip. And they said, fuck the police, I'm protecting my child.
Yeah.
Right, no doubt. But all right, y'all, I'll see y'all on next one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
End the stream, MD, so these trolls can go bye-bye.
And tell the trolls to come on the next one.
Yeah.
No place in the justice system.
And I got the link. Open on 3 hours.
Are we getting ready to have 1992 again?
A little like